Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, Cape Cod Lumber, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
Also brought to you by Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Dairy Queen, Avidia Bank, Mass Mutual, Live Nation, WellPoint, the Peterson School, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Big Y, Nicely Done, Doyens Appliance, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden, this is Boston Bruins hockey. This afternoon, the Bruins try to even up the best-of-7 first-round playoff series as they once again host the Buffalo Sabres. It's Game 4 of round number 1. Great to have you with us. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. On Thursday night, the Bruins came back home with a chance to take the lead in the series, but instead it was the Sabres pulling back in front with a 3-1 road victory. Tanner Jeannot scoring the Bruins' only goal against Alex Lyon, who had backed up in the first 2 games of the series. Lyon 24 saves on 25 Bruin shots, while Bowen Byram, Alex Tuck, and Noah Ostlund took care of things offensively for Buffalo. So now down 2-1 in the series, Marco Sturm and the Bruins have had a couple of days to regroup.
I believe it's good for us just to have that little break and regroup, but we'll see. They're in the same boat, so we'll see how it goes next game. I think by now we know how we have to play and what works and what not. So hopefully that little day in between will help us.
All right, so, I mean, we can take stock of the series now, right? 3 games, they've all been a little bit different, but I don't think that there's a huge discrepancy in the ability levels from either team. I think there's different styles.
Sure.
And there's going to be momentum swings throughout games, and we've seen that, you know, and Buffalo's now come out. They felt they had their best game in Game 3. The Bruins loved their own game in Game 2. I heard the Sabres comments after Game 2. They said it was their worst game. So, yeah. You know, there's different ways. There's always different perspectives, different way to look at it. But Sabres made some adjustments in Game 3 as far as personnel goes. Both teams make adjustments from game to game, or even period to period for that matter, whether it's personnel or how you want to play the game. But they made some adjustments personnel-wise, and now the Bruins are going to you know, make a couple of adjustments personnel-wise coming into today's game. So, you know, the game within the series begins. I mean, this is, or not even begins, it continues, I should say. But these two teams are not that far apart. Different styles, but not that far apart. And the Bruins have proven that they can play with them. Now it's a matter of getting results.
Yeah, so based on yesterday's practice and his comments just a few minutes ago, Marco Sturm making some lineup changes. It looks like Lucas Reichel is going to slot in place of James Hagens on the 3rd line. On the back end, Mason Lohrei set to come out with Jordan Harris to make his playoff debut today. Harris says he's ready to go.
I think the biggest thing is doing everything at game speed. And honestly, like in our scratch gates, like we've taken so much pride in battling hard, and kudos to like these guys who have been out there with me. Is like we work our tails off every single day, and the coaching staff and everyone and the strength guys, like everyone knows that playoffs, anything can happen, right? And it's been great to be with those guys because we push each other every single day. So it felt good today, and hopefully rolled in tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so for Harris, hasn't played the first 3 games. It's his job to stay ready. I was one of those guys. My rookie year, I didn't play the first 2 games. We're playing against Hartford, 1990. Did not play the first 2 games. Had to stay ready. You know, they called us the Black Aces, or you want to call it whatever you want to call it. You know, we were in a different locker room. It's different now. It's a little bit better. It's more inclusive now, but we were in a different locker room. We would skate separate from the team. They didn't want us to be out on the ice. They just wanted the team that was going to play that night. So I think it's a little bit different now. But, you know, you have to step in and you have to play, and you have to be ready to play. And that's his job. He knows he's not in the top 6 when the playoffs start. But he might be 7 or he might be 8. And it's him and Yoki Haru on the defensive side of things. Up front, there's a few more options. But and the same goes for Reichel. He's got to be ready to step in and play and contribute. It's you know, it's it's not an easy spot to be in. You know, like a backup goaltender. You know you're probably not going to play if you're Korpisalo, but you've got to be ready.
Right.
And you got to stay sharp. And so we'll see how Harris does here. If they just slot him in Lorai's spot on the right side. Mason Lorai had a tough assignment the other day when he got, you know, that elbow to the face by Alex Tuch. It was a complete miss. But that's not the reason they scored. It contributed to the reason they scored. But you've got to be hard everywhere on the ice. And it wasn't an isolated moment. It's things that have been kind of building a little bit, that you can't be soft on pucks. And he knows that. He's been better this year, Lorai has. And he'll probably be right back in the lineup unless Harris has an unbelievable game.
Right.
How they deploy guys tonight, you've had 2 days off. You need this game. You know, it's not life or death, but you need this game. I expect to see a lot of five defensemen. I expect to see a lot of Charlie McAvoy in this game. I'd be surprised if he didn't. 25 to 30 minutes.
Sure.
Unless Harris is just blowing the doors off and playing great. And it's not a disrespect to him. It's just that you're getting thrown in. But your strength on the right side is McAvoy. It's one of the reasons the Bruins tried to go out and get somebody at the deadline or even before the deadline, and it wasn't exactly a secret. That right side, and it's a hole right now.
Well, and it's interesting that Harris goes in, not Yoki Haru.
Very interesting.
And with Hagen's coming out, they go with Reichel instead of maybe Mikey Eyssimont.
I thought Eyssimont and I thought Yoki Haru, so I thought wrong on both. Not that the guys coming in are not capable. Yoki Haru's a right shot. Playing the right side, you know, Harris comes in, plays the right side, you know, much like Lorai did as a lefty playing the right side. Yoki Haru's capable, so is Harris. Your biggest upside is Lorai.
Sure.
But now, once you lost game one, you stuck with the same lineup, you win game two, you lose game three, now making a little bit of a change. I think it was predictable. It was just a matter of who was going to go in.
The Bruins in game three, 4 power play chances, 2 of them in the third period when they were down by a goal. They came up empty. David Pastrnak says the power play has to be a bigger weapon in this series.
The way the series gone, it's been tied around, you know, even every game was pretty much same scripted, you know, and just gonna bear down, you know. We had big opportunities on power play. I think we got 2 power plays in the last 6-7 minutes, you know, so we have to bury one of those, and, you know, it's on us guys on the power play, so to be better, and, you know, their goalie played well, but we have to make it a little harder on him as well, so we knew it's gonna be tight series, so we're gonna just prepare for Sunday.
2 power plays in the third period, didn't do enough. I thought they were pretty decent early, you know, in the first period. They just didn't convert. You know, a couple guys had good opportunities. You've got Alex Lyons back in the net here today. Different goaltender than Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in the way that he plays. So there's a scouting report on both of them and how you have to attack them. They had some good chances that they weren't able to convert. The shot that Jeannot took might be an option, like just taking shots from a little further out as opposed to something in tight, because he looked deep in his net through a lot of that game, I thought, anyhow. And he's very capable. We've seen him make good saves. We've seen him carry the Florida Panthers into the playoffs. I mean, the way that he played in that series. But, you know, for Pastrnak, more of a threat off the shot. For Elias Lindholm, who we were keeping an eye on last game and saw his ice time kind of go down and his face-off stuff go down, he looked full ramped up yesterday in practice, by all counts.
Yeah.
Pastrnak taking one-timers, Elias Lindholm, you know, full participant. So, okay, you know, if you're out on the ice in a playoff game, I expect, you know, full. Whatever, even if you're banged up, I expect a full performance from you. You know, the injuries aren't an excuse. If you're that banged up and you can't contribute, then okay, maybe you sit out and we bring somebody else in. But if he's out there and he's ready to go, then, you know, full contribution.
Bruins and Sabres, Game 4 coming up from TD Garden. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll look around the NHL, including the Avs going for a sweep.
There can be no complacency this time of the year, right? Like, you have to have the killer instinct.
Bob will chat with head coach Marco Sturm.
There's no time for panic. Guys should feel good about the way they played so far.
And up next, we'll look at things from the Sabres side here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Peter Bergeron to talk about Bank's free checking account. It's something Boston hockey fans will love because it scores big benefits. First, get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Second, enjoy free ATMs nationwide through the Sun and All Point networks. That's over 56,000 ATMs coast to coast. And third, never worry about minimum balances or monthly fees. Now that's a hat trick. Score your account in branch or online in just 5 minutes. It's easier than an empty net goal. Get details now at videobank.com/Team Bergeron. Videobank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
This hockey season, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donated $50,000 to the Greater Boston Food Bank and have graciously agreed to continue the Feeding Puck for Families initiative throughout Boston's playoff run. This means, once again, every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will continue to donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Tune into the games on 98.5 The Sports Hub and learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Here's a chance, lifted to the net, that'll go just wide. Racing Osland after it, scores! Noah Osland's first NHL playoff goal puts Buffalo up 3-1 with 1:24 to go.
Game 4 coming up from TD Garden, and after dropping Game 2 at home, the Sabres succeeded in winning back home ice advantage in Game 3 with a 3-1 win. Head coach Lindy Ruff said afterwards he saw his team play their best game of the series.
I may have downplayed it a little bit on the outside, but we, to a man, didn't like the way we played in Game 2. We knew we could play a lot better. We knew we could have the puck a lot more. I felt we could generate more, and I thought we got to a point where we were starting to wear them out last night. Our ozone play and our puck movement was real good. And I look at the tuck goal as just an example of that.
Yeah, that and the elbow. Right? I mean, am I wrong on it?
No.
You know. All right. Refereeing is not the reason the Bruins are down 2-1 in the series. They've got to be able to do things. They've got the benefit of a couple calls. Buffalo's got the benefit of a couple calls. That's league-wide. You know, you're always going to scrutinize little things that happen here and there. There's a lot of stuff going on around the league. If people care to watch around the league, and I'm sure there are a lot of people do, a lot of fans do, there's a lot going on, and everything's going to be second-guessed. So, all right, what do the Bruins have to do now against this Sabres team? If they had a really good game in Game 3 that they thought they did, now it's up to the Bruins to answer. It was a 2-1 game.
Yeah.
You still have a chance to win. I mean, 3-1 because of the empty netter, I get it, but 2-1 game and 1-1 going into the third. You know, what can you do to make life more miserable for Alex Lyon? And I think that's what the Bruins are mostly focusing on. I think the Sabres are pretty happy with the way that they played. They did a lot of good things in that game. But Swayman's been dialed in. You know, you don't want to... He's been your best player. Now you need some other guys to kind of pick up the slack. I know Pastrak's got 5 points in the 3 games. It hasn't been there yet, even though he's set some guys up that haven't been able to convert. You know, has Geekie been on top of his game? He's been pretty good. Pretty good. I'd like to see him get a couple more chances. And then guys being able to bury pucks when they have an opportunity. You know, that mitten line, we were complimenting them for the first couple of games, and they've been pretty good. You know, now you're going to get a change of scenery on that line. how do they play? And do you keep the lines together? At least for warm-ups and yesterday's practice, yes, they're keeping the lines together. Reichel's going to be on the line with Mitten, but that could change easily in a game.
Just real quick, the Bruins have complained during the series about the activity around Jeremy Swayman.
But that happens every game.
But we spoke about it on the hockey show yesterday. Yeah. They need to be doing that at the other end as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely against lines. So we talked about it. There's an off-ice official that's assigned to the series from the league, and each team gets a chance, an opportunity to vent their issues, if you will, and what's going on from game to game, and what's been a trend, and what's been called and what hasn't been called. And both teams have gripes. That always happens. But, and then that official has to say, okay, is it warranted? And if it's warranted, he alerts the referees that are doing the game here tonight. So it's just something to keep an eye on. But absolutely the Bruins do a better job down the other end.
Game 4, Bruins and Sabres coming up. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines when we return here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Yes, spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done.
Hi, I'm Eric Vaden. I'm the agency owner for the Geico local office in Braintree, Massachusetts. Having Cambridge Savings Bank as a partner has given me the runway to build my business the right way with the best talent. Having that personalized service, along with the technology necessary to run my business, has been the biggest advantage to my operation. CSB is the business banking partner that I wanted from the start. I'm not just a number.
Cambridge Savings Bank is proud to support local business owners. Stop by your local branch today. Member FDIC.
Bruins fans, join Coors Light and 98.5 The Sports Hub for a Bruins viewing party for Game 4 today at 2 p.m. at Park City in Southie. And be sure to enjoy Coors Light, Blue Mountains cold beer, Bruins ready. Must be 21 and enjoy responsibly.
Travel doesn't just show students the world, it reveals who they can become. For many students, the barrier isn't curiosity, but cost. Hi, this is Greg Bottenhorn, CMO of JASB. We believe travel can change a student's life, and we're proud to partner with the Suddy Youth Foundation, helping students without the resources experience the world with their classmates. The Suddy Youth Foundation has impacted over 10,000 students and awarded $1.8 million in scholarships. If you're a teacher with a student who could benefit, or you'd like to donate, visit sytayouthfoundation.org, because all youth deserve the chance to see the world and their place in it.
Hey, it's Maz, and if you're caring for elder parents, you know that leaks can be a real issue. When all else fails, switch to the MVP of adult diapers, North Shore. They stay dry all night for even the heaviest control problems, so try North Shore for the freedom and dignity your loved ones deserve. That's North Shore adult diapers at northshore.com.
Need a new appliance? Doyon's Appliance in Reading, Gloucester, Bedford, and North Andover should be your destination. Doyon's carries all the major brand name appliances at a price you're looking for. Doyon's also has the staff you can trust to answer any question. Shop Doyon's Appliance online at doyonsappliance.com.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
A critical Game 4 for the Bruins and the Sabres at the Garden this afternoon. Puck drop comes your way shortly. Red Sox also just got underway in Baltimore less than 24 hours after they fired manager Alex Cora. A lot of notes before the game. Trevor Story out of the lineup today. He said that, quote, some of the best coaches in the world didn't get a fair shot, unquote. Meanwhile, Sam Kennedy and Craig Breslow spoke with the media this morning. Kennedy said the decision to fire Cora was led by Breslow. Meanwhile, Breslow would not commit to interim manager Chad Tracy for the rest of the season. Celtics and the Sixers will play Game 4 of their series tonight in Philadelphia. 7 o'clock start, a 6:30 pregame in Boston on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Enter the Boston Bruins Foundation's 50-50 raffle. Proceeds from this raffle will support Special Olympics who provide year-round sports training and competition for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. Visit bostonbruin.com/5050 to purchase tickets now and be entered for a chance to win. The raffle runs through the day after round 1 ends. I'm Matt McCarthy. RJ and Bob go around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to today's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Is there a right way to prep for my future?
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
Is cash still king?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Can I become king of the hill in Beacon Hill?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CRV, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
You know, everyone's got their spot. That place you head to for a great meal, drinks with friends, or takeout for the family. For me, that spot is 110 Grill in Hanover. The food's top-notch, the drinks are awesome, and the menu has something for everyone. Next time you're looking for your spot, go find your 110. Visit 110grill.com to find a location near you.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bruins and Sabres Game 4 coming up from TD Garden. 3 other games on the slate today. Avalanche and Kings Game 4. Jared Bednar hoping his team can complete the sweep.
There can be no complacency this time of the year, right? Like, you have to have the killer instinct. You have to go out and you have to expect to have to play your best game. It's what it is.
Well, they're up 3-0. LA's hung in there and played okay, but I mean, Colorado's they're just better. I mean, there's no way around that. You know, hopefully LA. I mean, I don't enjoy seeing sweeps in any round, but you know, because I want to see some compelling hockey. But LA just hasn't been able to. Like I said, they played okay. They've had a decent game plan, but they're not quite good enough. And now it's up to Colorado to close it out.
Game 4 for Tampa and Montreal. Ryan McDonough and the Lightning down 2-1.
We've really got to dig deep here and understand what's at stake. You know, we've worked too hard all season and set ourselves up here in the playoffs, and it's on us to, you know, like I said, control what we can, give ourselves, you know, a better percentage of trying to win a game.
Awesome atmosphere, I should say, up in Montreal. They won last game. Kirby Dach's got to be feeling a little bit better about himself after Game 2. He wasn't feeling so well. And had to shut off his Instagram account or whatever account that he was on.
Probably a good idea either way.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And then he comes back, I believe, with a goal and an assist last game. So up for them, and opportunity here to go up 3-1.
And another Game 4 with the Oilers and Ducks. Chris Knobloch and the Oilers down 2-1 in that series.
Leon's been great. That line's been great. That's not been the issue, but I think it's been carried over the rest of the team, where just not doing what we were before. The simplicity, the hardness, the attention to defensive hockey hasn't been very good, and we need to get back to that simplicity and hardness to our game.
Well, Anaheim can score, and I heard somebody talking the other day, and I agree. This is a good matchup for them because Edmonton can't defend.
Right.
Anaheim's not great either at defending, but they can both teams have the ability to outscore their mistakes. And right now, Anaheim's up. They've been high-scoring series. Anaheim's up 2-1, and their younger guys are playing really well. And Edmonton's got an issue in that. Like, what do you do? It's not the goaltender's fault per se, but they got an issue in that.
Yeah, 7-5 games in the playoffs is an interesting turn. That's our look around the NHL. We've got Bruins and Sabres Game 4. We'll talk with Marco Sturm next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
No components means no connection. New Power is a global distributor built for tight supply. We stock and source memory, CPUs, GPUs, ICs, and more. New Power keeps parts moving because parts don't sleep. Visit newpowerww.com. They're hiring.
Hello, everyone. This is Dave McGilvery. In 2017, we produced the Fenway Park Marathon, the first ever marathon held completely inside of Major League Baseball Park, and we are bringing it back on Saturday, May 30th. In addition to the marathon distance, runners can choose the half marathon distance or put together a relay team of 2 to 5 people. The race will benefit the Red Sox Foundation and the Dave McGilvery Finish Strong Foundation. To register, visit InsideTheParkMarathon.com. That's InsideTheParkMarathon.com.
New 94 Octane, available exclusively at Sunoco, the highest octane on the market. It's the fuel you need to help unlock your engine's full potential. So if you're the kind of driver who's serious about what's under your hood, then there's only one fuel that can drive the performance you demand from your car. 94 Octane. Nothing else will match it. Go to Sunoco.com to find a participating station near you.
What's that, Nelson? No hot water? No problem. Joe Murray here from my friends at Super Service Today. They have hundreds of water heaters in stock and ready to roll. Tank style, tankless, indirect, and combination systems. And same-day service is what they do best. Whatever it takes, day or night, and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call superservicetoday.com.
Wedgwood Pines Country Club in Stowe is now accepting membership applications. Enjoy a full championship golf facility, heated pool complex with swim lessons, and food and beverage service. Learn more at wedgwoodpines.com.
Wendy's OG Spicy Chicken Sandwich just got a total upgrade. Yep, we completely revamped the recipe. New softer bun, tangy pickles, creamy mayo, and crispier chicken. With just the right amount of heat. It's basically better in every way. But is it our best spicy chicken sandwich ever? You tell us. You know you want to. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. Hours may vary by location.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Here with head coach Marco Sturm, you get set to take on the Sabres here in Game 4. Take me through the last couple of days and where your focus was with your team. I know you had a day off, but you know you get back to practice yesterday, and just what you kind of looked at as adjustments are always made.
Yeah, we try to keep it the same like I always do. That means the next day we analyzed the game. We played the night before, and as a coaching staff, the guys had a day off. The coaching staff got together and looked at a lot of video and tried to come up with a game plan. What we did the following day, and kind of have a good practice, good video session, and get prepared for the day.
You talked a little bit about momentum in your scrum with the media. Are you a believer in momentum from game to game or just in game?
I think that's I just mentioned it. That part I didn't really notice that much as a player. I thought it was probably more game to game, but now it's like almost like shift to shift. It could change in a hurry. So I think that's something I'm learning right now, that that momentum can change anytime. A lot of times actually. You just have to try to stay focused and stay positive and try to stay with the course.
So through 3 games of this series, every game's been winnable. They feel the same way.
Yeah.
They've all been close. What kind of trends have you seen through the 3 games that you can try to improve on?
I think it starts with our ozone. I think that's something we got away. We were pretty hungry around their net in Buffalo, and for some reason we didn't do it at home. Playoff series every game should get harder and harder, and I feel like we got away a little bit last game. I need to challenge my guys to get more involved in the paint in their ozone to have more 5-on-5 success.
Is that number one for you? I mean, do you like the way you've defended for the most part? 50-50 battles, that type of thing? Where have you seen your team?
Yeah, no, overall, we did a pretty good job of taking away their strength. It's their rush game. Again, we got a little bit in trouble last game, but overall, we did a lot of good things. They're in the slot. We're doing a good job. So it's like I said, it's more on us. In the ozone, and obviously in the past, maybe the power play helped us out a little bit more. So that's where we're still hoping to give us one or two goals. It always makes a difference. So that part, it's hard. It's the game of inches, we always say in the playoffs, and they could say it in different series, and it's nothing different in our own.
So they made a change in that last game. Two different styles of goaltenders, right, in the way that they played. And you already talked about trying to get to the front of the net, making it hard for them. I get that. But is there something that, how much do you rely on goalie Bob or your scouting staff to kind of say, okay, we need to do this?
Yeah. No, we always do. And we had a session with Bob again, the whole team, not just us coaches, but it's always good to see. They can see their strengths and weaknesses. And, the guy who's in net now, he's a gamer. We feel like he can be good, but he can also be not so good. So we just got to make sure, we're going to make it our own.
Last question for you. You said that your team was a little tight, you thought, in Game 3. How do you make sure that, you kind of feed off the crowd and feed off the home building?
Hopefully, that game is done now, and hopefully the nerves are, not as high as maybe the other night. And we come out today and feel free and have fun and enjoy the moment. Those are the games you want to play in, and there's no time for panic. Let's put it that way. Guys should feel good about how the way they played so far, and we still feel very good. I feel very good moving forward, hopefully it's going to show this afternoon.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins Sabres next.
But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. East Media Group Station.
Through 3 games of this series, third period seemed to be a strength for the Buffalo Sabres. Now Byram, top of the near circle, back to Krebs. Zock able to knock one free. Tuck's got it, shoots and scores. It gets dumped in wide of the empty net. Ostlund shoots and scores. Ostlund able to win that race for the loose puck. Buffalo makes it 3-1. Today, the Bruins look to bounce back for the second time in this series as they try to even it up before heading back to Buffalo. The Bruins and the Sabres, Game 4, coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, a shot. Cam Neely, wow. Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Steelers, they score! They score! Zuck again!
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, Cape Cod Lumber, and by Catches Law.
Great glove save by Chambers. Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Right in front, Swayman robs Benny.
Also brought to you by Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Dairy Queen, Avidia Bank, Mass Mutual, Live Nation, WellPoint, the Peterson School, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Big Y, Nicely Done, Doyens Appliance, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon. Center score! Pasternak with the game winner. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Getting ready for Game 4 between the Bruins and Sabres. Boston needs a win to tie this game up before we head back to Buffalo for Game 5. What didn't the Bruins do in Game 3 that they need to do today?
Yeah, make life uncomfortable for Alex Lyon. And how do you do that, though? But you got to establish your forecheck. I don't think the Bruins did nearly enough of that in Game 3. Buffalo was able to keep them at kind of at bay, more on the outside. I thought they had some really good chances in the first period, and they weren't able to bury them. I mean, Pavel Zacha alone had 4 really good chances in the first period. But make life a little bit more uncomfortable for him, and that starts with getting more lines involved on the forecheck. The goal that they scored was by Jeannot. I know it was a shot off the rush, but it started with a good forecheck. And they got possession of the puck, were able to come back, keep the same guys on the ice because there's a long change, and end up scoring. So, I love seeing Jeannot get on the board. I love seeing the fourth line get on the board. But you need more than the fourth line being on the board if you're going to win hockey games.
Yeah, they got to get some production out of that top line today, especially. Bruins and Sabres, Game 4 coming up from TD Garden. Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off is coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup Playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup Final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup Playoffs are better on the NHL app.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Head to the 99 restaurant this weekend for a 3-course prime rib dinner. Enjoy a slow-roasted prime rib, 2 sides, and a free 3-course meal upgrade. Available Friday after 4 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. You gotta love the 9s.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Earn your bachelor's degree online, quickly and affordably with UMass Lowell. Visit uml.edu/online.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
You see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes had bright stars, through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Game 4 about to get underway here between the Bruins and the Sabres. We'll take a look at our starting lineups here this afternoon. In goal for Buffalo is Alex Lyon. On defense, the pairing of Rasmus Dahlin and Matthias Samuelsson. Up front, it's Jason Zucker, Ryan McLeod, and Jack Quinn. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman starts in goal. Jonathan Aspro, Charlie McAvoy, your defenseman, and up front, Lucas Reichel, Fraser Minton, and Marat Husadinov. Starting lineup is brought to you by Big Y, celebrating 90 years. It's not just our anniversary, it's yours too. You're the Y.
Today's national anthem was presented by Mass Mutual, planning and protection on and off the ice. And our first 5 minutes presented by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. Bruins down 2-1. Trying to get a win here on home ice. We'll go from left to right to get things started. And Buffalo wins the opening faceoff. Samuelsson from his own zone, pass into the neutral ice, tipped ahead by Zucker. Aspero gets back to take it away along the near side from Quinn. Bruins can't get it cleared out of the zone, though. Chase back into the corner. Aspero behind the net to McAvoy. Lucas Reichel's first appearance of the postseason as he headmans it along for Husnadinov. Minton to Reichel, and his shot blocked by Dahlin between the circles. McLeod brings the Sabres back the other way with speed, and Quinn sent one toward the slot. Cut off there by Husnadinov.
Good back check by Husnadinov. Coming right back through the middle of the ice, making sure that partial 3-on-2 gets taken away.
Minton gets it from McAvoy, brings ahead to the red line and chips it in, and he'll head off on a change. Lyon hands off back behind the net for Owen Power. Pass up the middle. Here's Tage Thompson cutting in across the line, near side circle. Hit by Elias Lindholm. Got the puck to Krebs, stepping in front. Backhander save. Rebound. Tuck digging away in the crease. And the net dislodges, and somewhere underneath there is a puck that did not cross the line. Referee right there waving the arms.
A little bit of a breakdown here for the Bruins, and it's going to lead to Krebs attacking the net from the left wing side. Two Bruins over on the half wall go at Thompson, to Tage Thompson. It's going to allow Krebs to walk in from that left wing side, get the first chance. Tuck battling away, trying to get to it. And Swayman able to hold his ground and keep this puck out. But you can't have two guys going at Thompson. He's a good player. And you want to double team him when you're in a when you're in a 50-50 battle, along the boards. That's fine, but
that puck was behind Swayman, reached with the paddle of his stick and dragged it back away from the goal line.
So that was Jordan Harris's first shift, and he goes at Thompson over on the half wall.
Byram with a shot off the face-off and an easy glove stop there by Swayman.
Tuck wants an early penalty for having his stick broken in two. He was just going to the net. He didn't have the puck, but
having a conversation with referee T.J. Luxmore.
Yeah, it's
Trevor Hansen, the other referee today.
He's trying to get a tip on that shot from the point. It's Aspro that chops down on the stick. It's always an adventure trying to figure out how games are going to be called, right?
Yep. Neither of these referees has worked a game in this series as of yet.
Right.
Puck rattled around the far side of the Bruins zone. Middlestat got it back behind the net. Toward the near side for Arvidsson from the circle. Got it to the blue line, knocked out of the air by Thompson, but fed up ice by McAvoy. Middlestat inside the Buffalo zone. Crossing pass comes back outside the zone off a ricochet off the far wall.
So after that first chance, the Bruins made a quick line change, especially on defense there that time, of getting McAvoy and Aspro out against the Thompson line.
Backhanded deep here by Middlestat. Lyon in the hash mark, or in the trapezoid rather. We'll play it around to that far side. Doan got it to Stanley coming out across his own blue line. Pass up the right side. And Ostlund got a goal and an assist in game 3. Drops one off, and a one-timer by Timmins is gobbled up by Swayman. And Peake gets in Benson's face.
Peake and Benson have been going at it most of the series. So and Benson likes to get involved. That's good. But, it's Peake and him. And I didn't realize it last game, but, certainly went back and watched. And he missed probably 7 minutes, give or take. And
I think it was about 8 or 9 minutes between
for the first period. And was he as effective when he got back into the lineup? Probably not quite where he wanted to be. So I remember asking him earlier in the year when it looked like he was going to be hurt for a little while, and he's like, you can't hurt the Russian machine. That was his comment. That sounds like him if anybody knows him.
Absolutely. Bruins get it deep here. Yeah, Marco Sturm did say in his pregame press conference today they had one guy, he didn't say who it was, but one guy who was a game-time decision after warm-ups.
Yeah,
but he went with the lineup that we saw in practice yesterday.
If it was him or if it was Elias, then I'm not sure, but chances are it was one of the
Inside the offensive zone here, Corrali put a shoulder into Malenstein. Kastelic throws one around the boards. Near side, and Harris pinching down the wall. Gets it down deep. Janot takes a hit from behind.
Yeah,
back off
and
near side
maintain
wall.
possession.
Lindholm to Pasternak for a shot that broke off the glove of Lyon, but brought behind the net by Dahlin. Malenstein trying to clear. Hampus Lindholm has his legs cut out from under him by a sliding Kozak.
Yeah, Kozak
puck out.
Kozak was just diving, trying to get the puck out of the zone. Fans wanted a penalty, but
Hampus with a pass toward the Buffalo line, knocked away from Pasternak by Samuelson. Back come the Sabres. Quinn moving to the top of the right circle. A shot knocked down by Swayman and then covered up at the top of his crease.
good shot. Quick could shoot it. Changed the angle a little bit on it. Dragged it. Right shot coming down the right side. Let some of the traffic go through.
Jack Quinn assists in 2 of the first 3 games of the series. Had 5 shots on goal in game 3.
Oh, he's effective. He's a good player.
Yeah, set career highs this year. 20 goals, 31 assists, 51 points.
I think for people not from Buffalo, quietly.
Yeah. One of their 520 goal scorers. Face off to Swayman's left. Poked toward the net by McLeod. And Jeremy going to scoop that up with a glove, so there'll be another face off to his left. Jack Quinn got a 2-year extension, about $3.4 million last summer.
I mean, 8th pick overall in 2020. They got a lot of first-round picks in the lineup. when you don't make the playoffs for 15 straight years, you're going to get
first-round picks, right? Centering pass, loose along that far circle, turning and firing with Zucker, went wide. Quinn trying to get it back in front, blocked by Pete. Quinn far side circle, gives to Zucker, cycles it up top here for power. Shot knocked down in front of Swayman. Pete will feed it out of the zone. Pasternak and Zadorov coming up the near side, turned over at the blue line. Zucker sends back the other way. McLeod on his horse down the right wing circle. Look to center. That one blocked by Elias Lindholm. Thrown back out in front, and that one went off of McAvoy. Elias gets it on to Geekie. Lays it to himself in the far corner.
Now, you know, I'm going to use the same word that Sturm used in game 3. He felt that this team was tight. Right now, I know we're 4 minutes in, but there's some watching going on.
Minton under pressure, turned over. Here's a chance for Krebs and scores. And Buffalo strikes first just over 4 minutes in. Peyton Krebs points in all 4 games of this series, makes it 1-0.
That's that line again. You know, they got the game-winning goal last game. So this pass from McAvoy to Aspro is an easy pass. Yet somehow it's missed. And then you still have Minton with an opportunity to get the puck out of the zone and can't do it. He gets double teamed over on the half wall, and his puck is kept in. It was Tuck, I believe, who makes this pass. You know, he's looking at Swayman. He makes the pass over to the left wing side, and Krebs just rips it up and over top of Swayman. Swayman's got no chance there. But you want to talk about self-inflicted. It's a setup breakout, D-to-D pass. And it's not executed.
Krebs with his second goal of the series, scored in game 2. As McAvoy under pressure in the near corner, puck came out in front of the net. Tuck has it out near the blue line. Pass across to the far side. Thompson and Aspro put shoulders into each other as they battle in the far corner. Zaka comes to get involved. He'll dig the puck free. Trying to send it around that far side. Second or third effort. Finally gets over to Middlestad. He's trying to get away from Tuck. And now second man Krebs joins that fray as well. Thompson back deep again, and McAvoy wrestles him off.
It's this line, and I think, you know, matchups are important. You've got home ice advantage. You have to have a matchup mentality against this line.
Here's Dahlin with a shot up high on Swayman, who made the save, and then Benson goes down as he tried to gather the rebound.
Huge hit by McAvoy on Doan, and Doan is going to the bench in pain, and the Bruins are going to be shorthanded.
Yeah, that happened out in the neutral zone.
I believe it's McAvoy, but I'm not sure. Too many men on the ice. So my bad.
Yeah, so it was not the hit by McAvoy, which happened away from the puck. But the Bruins get caught with 6 men.
Yeah, and the collision was nowhere near the puck.
Right.
Was it? I don't know if McAvoy saw him or not. That might have been an accidentally on purpose kind of hit on Doan, but it was nowhere near the puck. But yeah, the Bruins just not sharp here to start this game.
So Buffalo will
Too many men on the ice, turnovers.
Buffalo gets the power play here with a 1-0 lead just over 5 minutes in.
I mean, fortunate, to be honest, that McAvoy doesn't get an interference call on that. You can make the case that it was just neither player was looking at each other, but you can also make another case.
Yeah. So Buffalo 0 for 14 in the series on the power play, on top of an 0 for 22 that they had to finish off the regular season. But up 1 with 5:08 gone here in the first. They'll get their first chance of the day. Off the face-off, they work it to Dahlin. Walks it along the blue line. Back over to the right side. Down low to Zucker. Centering pass. Tipped by Kastelik. Zucker's got it back behind the net. McAvoy closes on him. Now Kastelik in the near side corner. Lost it. Thompson's centering pass taken away by Corrali, and he'll get the clear. Arvidsson serving the too many men penalty. Minute 33 left on that. Dahlin deals it back in the neutral ice. Ostlund will skate it across the line. Zucker tried to leave it out near the blue line, but Dahlin couldn't catch up with it in time. They have to come back into the neutral zone. Dahlin from the red line. Gives it behind now for Ostlund. Skating toward the left wing side. Gives over here to Zucker. Dahlin now with the left point. Zucker at the hash marks. Back to Dahlin. Brings it to the center of the blue line. Still going toward that far side. Ostlund took his eye off it, but able to track it. Now back up top for Dahlin. The left circle. Thompson one-timer. Back into traffic in front. Blocked by Peak. And the Bruins get the clear.
Broke his stick in half. Thompson did on the one-timer from the left wing circle.
50 seconds left on the Bruins penalty. As Bowen Byram has got goals in the last 2 games. Now McLeod. Come through center ice. Benson just inside the Boston line. Goes down against Jeannot, and McAvoy will shoot the puck all the way down. 30 seconds left on the power play as Byram picks it up again. Sabres moving from right to left. Byram turns it over, coming out of his own zone. No runs into Doan.
Guess Doan's okay.
Yes, so. McLeod able to take one away in the neutral zone. Benson off the near side boards to Byram as they get set up. Benson at the left hash mark. Brings it to the top of the face-off circle. Goes down low to Doan, who sent one right through the top of the crease. Hampus Lindholm chance to clear up the middle and couldn't. Power play comes to an end, and as it does, they score. Doan redirects the pass from McLeod out of the far corner, and Buffalo's got a 2-0 lead. 12:50 to go in the first.
Yeah, it's not going to go down as a power play goal, but it may as well.
Yep.
Arvidsson coming out of the box. He's just stepping out of the box. But McAvoy unable to contain Doan in front. Swayman can't get a stick on it, but it starts with, after the initial shot was taken, where Hampus Lindholm tries to clear the puck and really got nothing on it. That's a great tip by Doan. But you had a chance to clear that puck, or at least get it out of harm's way. Both goals have been off of Bruins turnovers.
So Buffalo with a 2-goal lead here. 7:10 gone by in the first period. For Josh Doan, that is his first point of the series after 25 goals and 52 points during the regular year. And the Bruins in a hole early. Peak with a pass up the right side finds Middlestat. Middlestat gives to a cutting Arvidsson. Shot it wide to the short side. Rims around to the far side. Arvidsson got it back, kicked it along for Middlestat, far side circle. Pressed against the boards by Kozak. Arvidsson and Power get involved. And Arvidsson digs it free. Back to Zadorov. Quickly across to Peak, near side. Throws one to the net. Sticked out of play by Lyon. And we will take our first time out with 12:20 to go here in the first period. Bruins trailing early 2-0 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah. Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
Spring is here, and that means it's time to upgrade those old appliances. Doyon's annual warehouse sale is back Friday, May 15th and Saturday, May 16th in North Andover. Shop incredible deals on open box, scratch and dent, and discontinued appliances. Many still brand new in the box. Save up to 80% off retail on top brands and upgrade your home for a fraction of the price. If your appliances are on their last leg, don't miss the Doyon's warehouse sale. 2 days only, May 15th and 16th in North Andover. For more information on Doyon's warehouse sale, head to doyonsappliance.com.
Hey, it's Felger here, and here's your spring scouting report from Burgess Pest. Termites swarm once a year, and that time is now. They look like flying ants, but they're worse. Ticks, they turn active as soon as the weather warms, and mice, still in your walls from the winter. That's New England. Spring means pests are back, so I call in the pros at Burgess Pest. Family-owned for nearly 100 years. Local, fast, and year-round protection starts at just $39 a month. When pest season starts, Burgess finishes the job. That's why I use them, and you should too. BurgessPest.com. Built for New England, built to stop pests.
People do anything for a cold beer. That's why the Coors Light Mountains turn blue, to tell you when your beer is as cold as the Rockies. Because people don't just like beer, people like cold beer. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
First 5 minutes of today's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. 12:20 remaining here in the first, and the Bruins already down 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, less than 8 minutes in, it's all been in your own zone. You've had 2 bad turnovers. You've had too many men on the ice. We want to talk about not being sharp to start this game. Not even close right now.
First time in this series that the Buffalo Sabres have scored a goal, let alone 2 in the first period.
Being outshot 9-2.
Yeah.
It's. They said it won't go down as a power play goal, but
it happened a second after the penalty had expired. As Peak throws one toward the front of the net, Elias Lindholm gets tangled there, turning and firing Pasternak with that one into the legs of Samuelson. Zucker gets it into the Bruins zone, shouldered along the near side boards by Pasternak. Puck pops free to Quinn, left circle. His shot off of Zadorov goes into the near corner. Now Pasternak will turn up ice. Try to angle it up the left side for Geekie to skate onto. He and Dahlin come together at the blue line. Geekie throws one in toward Lyon, who gloves it, drops it back into play. Zucker from the near circle will loft one high up into the air. Thompson shoved away from it by McAvoy. And Aspero's got it inside the Bruins zone. Boston going left to right here in the first period. McAvoy dumps in from the red line, around the far side wall. Usnadinov to Reichel. Reichel tried a backhand for Minton, taken away by Krebs. Reichel back checking against Krebs all the way through the neutral zone, forced the turnover. Minton will play it back up the right wing wall. Timmons from the corner. Sends behind the net. Thompson got away from him. Far side. Reichel spins it back in behind the net, but Timmons is right there. Off the near boards, got it to center ice. Tuck couldn't handle it cleanly. Now dumps in from the red line. Swayman leaves behind the net for Aspero. 9 minutes into the first period. 2-0 Buffalo. Jordan Harris coming toward the near side circle. Runs into trouble against Doan, and now Benson takes away. Benson left circle, steps in front, and they score. Another turnover in the defensive zone and another goal for the Sabres. It's 3-0, less than halfway through the first.
They're going to look at this one. There's some contact made by Benson, but it is absolutely a terrible turnover. Jordan Harris trying to go up the ice. They get stripped of the puck by Doan. And, Benson walks in from the left wing side. He gets the first chance. I think it's the second opportunity was where he scores, but another setup breakout that's botched.
And the goal.
He makes some contact now. The Bruins have to decide where they're challenged. They will challenge. They have to.
Well, they're going to take their time out here.
And decide whether they want to. He's going to do one thing. He just changed his mind.
Yeah, and then once, he tried to get around.
They're not going to challenge.
Tried to get around Doan, and then Benson skated. He skated right into a double team, especially.
Yeah, it's. There's some pressure there, but it's self-inflicted right now.
Harris inserted into the lineup today in place of Mason Warai after he had Gone through some struggles in Game 3. So the Bruins down 3 here, less than halfway through the first. As Asbro dumps in off the win of the faceoff. It'll wrap around near side. McAvoy center of the blue line in traffic. Gets it toward the far circle. Timmins turns away from some pressure. Gets a pass on the right side from Mallenstein. And they'll work it into the Bruins zone. Kastelik, reverse hit on Greenway as they go into the far corner. Asbro comes crashing into Kozak. Asbro lifts one out across the blue line. Settled by Timmins, backing in his own zone, pressured by Jeannot. Circles all the way back behind his net. Pass off to the near side, carried ahead by Quinn. In across the Boston line, the top of the near circle. Throws one across, and that one picked off by Corrali. Hampus Lindholm will start the charge back the other way. Tossed it down toward the left wing corner. Jeannot goes in behind the net. Byram a step in front of it. Zucker will bring out for Byram. Byram skates to the Boston zone, gets it over to McLeod, and the left backhander goes wide of Swayman. On the near side wall. It'll go around the far side. McLeod will poke it back in behind the Bruins net. Harris coming to the near corner. Lost it to Quinn. Back in behind it goes to the far side. And Jeannot fails to clear. McLeod crossing pass. Quinn bumps it over to Power for a one-timer. Swayman makes the glove save.
Turnover inside the zone. 50-50 battle. Turnover inside the zone. Another scoring chance.
9:23 to go here in the first period. Buffalo 3, Bruins nothing. Game 4 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice. And the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
At TD, they know when the lights are at their brightest, Boston is at its boldest, and the fans are at their loudest. This city was built for the playoffs, and they can't wait to cheer alongside you every step of the way, from puck drop to the final buzzer. TD, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
This hockey season, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donated $50,000 to the Greater Boston Food Bank and have graciously agreed to continue the Feeding Puck for Families initiative throughout Boston's playoff run. This means, once again, every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will continue to donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Tune into the games on 98.5 The Sports Hub and learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Hey, it's Ian Herzig, Project Director at Blue Sky Restoration. When water and storm damage hit, time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the more extensive the damage can become. That's why at Blue Sky, we offer fast 24/7 emergency response to minimize damage and restore your property quickly. So don't wait. Visit gobluesky.com and we'll be there.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
9:23 left here in the first period. Buffalo with a 3-0 lead. And much of it self-inflicted here for Boston.
I mean, it's no disrespect, but Buffalo came out flying. But you can't break the puck out of your own zone, even under limited pressure.
Off the face-off, Dahlin coming down the left circle, throws one in front. Zadorov at upended Tuck.
Tuck looking at the referee right now.
Arvidsson leads the Bruins back with Peak on the right side. Arvidsson, near side corner. Got it toward the back of the net. Zaka and Middlestat back there. Arvidsson trying to get it in front for Zaka.
Had him. He had him. Hit a skate.
Thompson, near side boards on to Krebs. Pass off the right side for Dahlin. He'll send it into the Bruins zone. Right back out of there from Peak.
You have to play this line against the Thompson line. I don't think you have another option.
The Zaka line you're talking about. Yeah. There's Pasternak bringing back in on the attack. Right circle, wide angle shot. Lyon made the save. Rebound pulled behind the net by Byron. Off the left side, Benson taps along for Doan, who's already got 2 points. Benson sends one across, missed Ostlund. Pasternak headed the other way on the left wing side. And overskated the puck there as he was trying to get around Ostlund. Benson back to the Boston line. Push toward the corner. Doan chipped in behind the net. Aspero will bring it near side. Pasternak plays it across ice. Elias Lindholm picks it up over by the Bruins bench. To Geekie. Back to Elias at the red line. And tossed in deep. Byram sidesteps an on-rushing Pasternak. Ostlund will lob it out into center ice. Glove down there by Greenway. Harris gets a stick in there. Geekie's got possession. 7:48 left here in the first. Bruins down 3. Hampus Lindholm gets it over to Harris. Dumps in, hits a stanchion, bounces in behind the net. Stanley from the near corner. Gives on for Mallenstein. Pushes it up the left wing boards. Kozak off to Mallenstein left circle. Sent one through the slot. Timmins fires one off the end boards and right back out toward the front of the net where it's covered up by Jeremy Swayman.
Yeah, you know the feel that this one has is late in the season the Bruins played against Columbus. They were trailing 3-0 after a period, and they really had nothing going on. They made a lot of mistakes and were able to come back in that game. But this isn't Columbus. And to top that off, Arvidsson got hit by Mattias Samuelsson in the corner. He stayed out and finished the shift, but he just went down towards the locker room. I think he caught that one up high in the head area. He's probably going to do some concussion protocol if I had to guess.
A face-off to the left of Jeremy Swayman.
Training staff coming over to talk to Marco Sturm now, but he got hit by Samuelsson and it looked like he got clipped. It wasn't dirty, it wasn't a penalty, but he got clipped up high.
Arvidsson, who had a pair of goals in the Bruins' lone win in this series in Game 2. Unavailable, at least for now. Puck comes out into neutral ice. Sabres will get it right back in. Aspero skating back into the far corner. Brings it around near side. Jeannot tips it through a pinching Stanley. Timmins will retrieve in his own zone. Cloud over to the far side. Quinn will back it up. So we hit 7 minutes to play here in the first period. Buffalo with a 3-goal lead. Aspero. Pass picked off just outside the Bruins line by Quinn. Gives it right back as Buffalo went for a change. McAvoy will drive it in from center ice. Far corner. Samuelsson taken away. Middlestat got it back to Pete. Right point. Shot gets blocked. Near side. Plays it around. Tuck it in deep toward the near corner. Middlestat backhanded on the circle. And toward the front by Reichel.
Reichel taking a shift right now with the Zacha line with Arvidsson out.
Zacha playing it away from Krebs back into the Bruins zone. Zadorov. Pass off to the right side for Zacha. Picks it up off the wall and dumps in. Dahlin whiffed on it in the far corner but gets it back. Turns it back over to Middlestat. Casey now trying to play away from Dahlin, who gets a stick in there. Zadorov at the left point. Throws a shot in front. Hit a body. And Tuck will clear it. He's got Benson going long against Zadorov, who gets a stick in and knocks that puck into the corner. Middlestat. Pass toward the middle for Zadorov. Taken away. Benson centered. Ostlund back across. Swayman somehow kept that one out against Benson. 5:48 left in the first, and Swayman keeps it from getting worse. 3-0 Sabres have the lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Score a hat trick with Avidia Bank's free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks. And never get blindsided by minimum balance requirements or monthly fees. That's a win for your wallet, hockey fans. Visit AvidiaBank.com. Avidia Bank. Honest to goodness. Member FDIC. Member DIF.
When it's really cold, you'll feel it in your bones. And your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now.
Find the Peerless Boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hit 985thesportshub.com.
Fans come cheer on the Bruins in the 2026 playoffs presented by Rapid 7. Tickets for all games played here at TD Garden on sale now. Bring your family and friends down to Causeway and be part of the electric postseason atmosphere. Visit bostonbruins.com/playoffs to lock in your seats.
Yeah, I mean, great save by Swayman to keep this at 3-0. It's all turnovers inside their own zone and under minimum pressure.
Yeah, it's not like the Sabres have been stifling on the forecheck here.
Maybe the Lindholm one, shorthanded, but
there's power from the high slot over to the left circle, and they score. And it's Bowen Byram scoring for the third straight game. Sabres make it 4-0 with 5:36 left in the first.
Yeah, Zucker might have made some contact here with Swayman. Swayman couldn't get over to his right. I mean, you got to, it's not Swayman, but you got to think about maybe he gets bumped in, Zucker gets bumped in by Aspro, and Swayman gets knocked off balance and can't get over to his right. But you got to think about maybe making this change or at least challenging this. They're looking hard at it. Did Zucker try to get out of the way? Not really, but he did get bumped by Aspro. We've seen things called for less, and
I mean, you're down 4-0.
Yeah.
With and the Buffalo power play hasn't scored yet in the series. So I think
they're not challenging.
An absolute nightmare first period. As the Sabres come forward here in a 4-0 game.
My problem is some of it's self-inflicted.
Stanley fakes a shot, goes around Pasternak,
a lot of
throws
it
one
is.
to the front, blocked by Harris. Geeky shoots it out of the zone, but Pasternak can't get a stick on it. That'll be an ice.
Yeah, they're getting booed out of the building now. Buffalo's showing you why they're...
Puck is grabbed by Hampus Lindholm. Cross ice, here's Harris in the neutral zone. Chips it around Dahlin. Dahlin holds him off, coming back into the Buffalo end. Shot up the far side, picked off in the neutral zone by Hampus Lindholm. Waiting for guys to get back on side. Now Thompson in front of the Buffalo bench. Will turn free with a puck. Circles back and gives up the right side to Tuck. Into the Boston zone. Long shot, stick saved by Swayman, and he'll cover it up.
Wow, if that's a mock cheer, then people don't see exactly what's going on.
Yeah, no, there were a few, but Jeremy Swayman has faced 16 shots in this first period so far in less than 16 minutes,
and a lot of them just off of turnovers.
Yeah. Bruins have 2 shots on goal. Face-off win by Ostlund. Timmins winds, fires. Swayman takes that one in the midsection and no rebound. Zadorov gets over and gets in the face of Benson, but Benson's not going to engage that right now.
Buffalo would be foolish to do anything right now that engages the Bruins.
To the left point, throws one toward the front, blocked by Pete in a battle with Benson in behind. Zadorov backhands along for Minton. Knocked away from him, still loose along the near circle. Stanley at the left point, cleared by Minton. Minton's got a break to the net. Shoots, save made, and the rebound kicked back on Lyon, who made the stop there as well. Puck comes out toward the near circle.
Had Minton scored that
out by Benson.
2-on-1.
Ostlund with Doan down the middle. Ostlund trying to get it across to him, and Pete got a stick on it. Zadorov takes away from Ostlund along the end boards and turns into the far corner.
Yeah, I don't know if that second, the rebound chance would have counted. It looked like Minton kicked that puck towards the net, but
McAvoy will play it ahead from his own blue line. Bruins are offside. Puck comes back out into neutral ice. Quinn backhands it toward the near side. McLeod and McAvoy go after it. McLeod able to get it out in front. Zucker put it wide. Power Far side. Back across to Zucker. Throws one across. It got deflected. McLeod settles it far corner. Back to Power at the right point. Fumbled it out of the zone. Sabres get back on side. 3:05 to go here in the first. Power. Down the center of his own blue line. Greenway to Kozak. Deep it comes. Aspero in the near corner against Greenway. McAvoy and Kozak went in there. Both guys going down. McAvoy back up. Will take it around to the far side circle. Takes it out into neutral ice. Samuelson cuts it off. Right back in they come. Greenway feathering one in front. And Kozak coming down the middle, able to one-time that on. Dahlin near side circle. Steps toward the side of the net. Goes
trying
in
to go
behind.
Greenway. Greenway threw a hit on him. Greenway wants nothing to do with it, nor should he.
Mallenstein blocked by Aspero. Loose puck to the far wall. Samuelson back toward the corner for Mallenstein. Aspero puts the shoulder into him, knocks him down. Corrali will backhand it around behind the net. Dahlin to it first in the near corner. Back to Thompson. Whips it across ice. Loose puck out near the blue line, and Corrali able to get a clear. Krebs pass broken up by Kastelik at center ice. Under 2 minutes left here in the first. Tage Thompson, high slot, shot wide. Near side boards and Krebs run to the wall by Lindholm. McAvoy near corner couldn't gain possession. Krebs hand off to Dahlin. Back over to Byram. One-timer gets blocked in the slot. Thompson near side hash marks. McAvoy takes away a pass. Elias Lindholm to Pasternak. Up the left side he comes. Puck skirts away from him and turned over. Minute 24 to go here in the period. Krebs to Doan. Doan gets into the Boston line. In the far corner. Hampus Lindholm chips it along the wall. Middlestat toward the middle for Pasternak. Byram able to break that up. Benson coming back into his own zone for Buffalo with a minute to go in the period.
1 minute remaining in the first period. 1 minute.
Power skates out toward his own blue line to center ice. Now turns back from there. Goes all the way back in between the circles of his own zone. Chased by Zacha the whole way. Power skates it back out into neutral ice. Tried to pass left side. Picked off by Middlestat. Middlestat across the line to Zacha. Kicked it to his stick. Got a shot on Lyon, who bats it into the far corner. Now a shot by Hampus Lindholm. Tipped by Middlestat, but goes sailing up and out of play with 30 to go in the period.
Yeah, it's a carryover from game 2 in the sense of just, I'll use Lindy Ruff's words, that they felt, or excuse me, game 3, that he felt that game 3 was by far their best game. Didn't like the way they played in game 2. To a man, they didn't like the way they played in that one. But game 3 has been
in the offensive zone here for Minton. Minton, Reichel, and Pasternak with McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm.
Yeah, I don't think Arvidsson's come back yet, right?
Nope. Off the face-off, Hampus Lindholm trying to set up for a shot, ran into Mallenstein. Greenway will lob one high in the air out towards center. Bouncing over by the Bruins bench. Hampus Lindholm forced back into the zone offside where the Sabres, 16.3 to go in the period. Face-off will come just outside of the Boston blue line. Again, Victor Arvidsson left after Minton and Kozak waiting for this face-off. Minton wins it back into the defensive zone. McAvoy steers up the right wing boards, directed into the Buffalo end. Timmins will fire it off the glass far side and back out. And that will go for an icing with 3.8 to go in the period. So the Bruins will get an attack zone face-off before they head to the locker room.
Sabres have done very few things wrong this period. I don't know what Timmins is even thinking there.
Behind the net and headed to the room.
Looking for Pasternak one-timer here.
Elias Lindholm ready to take the face-off. And Kozak able to win it from him. Samuelson will hold that puck in the corner, and the boos rain down here at TD Garden after a nightmarish first 20 minutes for the black and gold. As the Sabres take a 4-0 lead to the locker room for the first intermediate in the series. We will be back to talk about that first 20 minutes in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Honda Spring Event. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Is there a right way to prep for my future?
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
Is cash still king?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Can I become king of the hill in Beacon Hill?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Ah, yes, spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
With Popeye's new $5 Faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $5 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Brings it to the top of the face-off circle, goes down low to Doan, who sent one right through the top of the crease. Hampus Lindholm, chance to clear up the middle and couldn't. Power play comes to an end, and as it does, they score. Doan redirects the pass from McLeod out of the far corner, and Buffalo's got a 2-0 lead, 12:50 to go in the first. End of one here at TD Garden in front of a shell-shocked crowd as the Bruins fall behind 4-0 in the first 20 minutes. And so much of it, could have been avoided with getting the puck out of the defensive zone. I mean, Buffalo pressured and ended up with 19 shots, but the Bruins were their own worst enemy through the first 20.
I mean, wasn't every goal a direct result of a Bruins turnover inside their own zone?
Yeah.
I mean, it can't get much worse. I know that's been an issue for them at times this year, and for a significant amount of times this year, it's been an issue for them. But, some of it's off of a really heavy forecheck. 3 of the goals it wasn't that heavy of a forecheck. The goal that came right as the power play expired for the Sabres by Doan was, Lindholm's in front. I'm talking about Hampus Lindholm, and he's trying to clear a puck out of harm's way. He's not able to get much on it, and they keep it in and eventually score as soon as the power play expires. First of all, they had too many men on the ice.
Right.
I mean, you want to talk about a team that just was. If Marco Sturm thought his team was tight in Game 3, what's the explanation for that?
I mean, this is one of the worst periods we've seen all season.
Oh, my God. I mean, where do you start?
Yeah.
Set up breakout behind the net. McAvoy to Aspro. Puck either hops on Aspro or the pass is missed. I'm not sure which. Mitten tracks it down. He tries to go up the boards. He's double-teamed by the Sabres. Puck's in the back of the net. You know, Lindholm tries to clear a puck. Doan ends up with the puck in the back of the net. Harris tries to move the puck up the ice. Puck ends up in the back of the net. The turnovers in that period were just so obvious and egregious, but it wasn't like a Florida Panther team that's breathing down your neck and all over you.
Right. You know, or we saw against Carolina or something like where they just can't
suffocate you. I mean, the Sabres were there, don't get me wrong, but not like it wasn't like you were under just a massive amount of pressure. Certainly not in Harris's case. Certainly not in the McAvoy to Aspro pass. And I got to stop laughing. It was the period was that bad for the Bruins. There was nothing good about it. And you're seeing a team that was first in the Atlantic Division and the best team in the NHL since January 1. And they got a ton of confidence from Game 3 in the way that they played. Now they think they can do anything. And from the Bruins standpoint, how are you going to beat the Sabres? Okay, manage pucks. Make it hard for them to come 200 feet. They didn't have to come 200 feet that period.
Right.
It was all in the offensive zone.
Well, and even even in the Game 1 loss, with the exception of the final 8 minutes where there were some turnovers in the defensive zone, Bruins had managed the puck really well in the first 2 games of this series for the most part. You know, maybe a little bit less so in Game 3, but certainly nowhere near where it is today.
Well, you know what I think of? You know, I like the guys that do the job, the official scores, but you know what I think of the official scores sometimes because I think the hits and giveaways and things like that are pretty, it's one man's opinion type of thing.
Right.
But they had 10 giveaways in that period, the Bruins did, according to the official score sheet. And 4 of them end up in the back of the net. I don't know where to go with the analysis of it because it was that bad. You want to, tight. You can't make tape-to-tape passes when they're there.
Right.
And you're not under any pressure.
Well, not only that, and we heard the crowd react to it. You know, it's like
they deserved it. They deserved it.
But it's like, but also trying to get up the other end of the ice and turning pucks over as you're trying to get into the attack zone. And it's just
pucks bouncing off guys' sticks. Yeah. So we all acknowledge that the Bruins are flawed. We all acknowledge that most people didn't have them in the playoffs at the start of the season. Credit them for getting here. Their flaws are all manifesting themselves in this game right now. And Buffalo's just doing whatever they want.
All right. So you're in the locker room after one. How do you
first of all
rebuild this here?
They got to think about changing the goaltender. And it's not on Swayman. It is not on him. He made some great saves. They got outshot 19-5.
Yeah, no, this could be worse than 4-0.
The save he made on Benson was unreal. Yeah. He got bumped by Zucker on the last goal there by Byram. But you've got to think about Korpisalo hasn't played yet in the series. Swayman's been excellent for you. You got to think about and just to change something. They were able to get some momentum when they changed the goaltender in Carolina in that game late in the season, right?
Right.
And they stuck with Swayman in Columbus, and they were able to come back in that. No, stuck with Korpisalo, and I can't remember who played.
Swayman played that game. That was the back-to-back that he played. So
they stuck with him, and they came back and won that game. But you got to think about doing it now. What you do with the rest of the players, I don't know. You have to have Zaka's line out there against Thompson's line.
Right.
There's no other forward line that can play against Thompson's line. I think that's obvious, right? And you've got to have either Zadorov and Peak or Aspro and McAvoy out there against him. Unless you shorten your bench and you go, McAvoy Lindholm pairing, something like that. But your changes have kind of backfired a little bit in what you've tried to get out of some of the guys that came into the lineup. Hasn't worked for you. But right now I talked about this in Columbus. Chip away at it, get one before you can do anything.
Right.
And see if you can chip away at this thing with 40 minutes to go.
So down 4-0 after one. We will take a look around the NHL when we come back here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Is your stone foundation in need of repair or waterproofing? Call Done Right Services. We use proven old-school methods to repoint and waterproof stone foundations for lasting results. With over 30 years of experience, you'll have peace of mind knowing it was done right the first time. Visit stonefoundationrepair.com and schedule today. Servicing Mass and New Hampshire.
This spring at Six Flags New England, get a free upgrade to a Gold Pass for the price of silver. Now just $70. That means free parking, access to more parks like Six Flags Great Adventure and more. Plus unlimited rides on Quantum Accelerator, coming soon. It's like taking the fun you're already going to have and making it 6 bajillion times more fun for free. Visit our website to level up your fun with our spring sale. Plus taxes and fees, online only.
Travel doesn't just show students the world, it reveals who they can become. For many students, the barrier isn't curiosity, but cost. Hi, this is Greg Bottenhorn, CMO of JASB. We believe travel can change a student's life, and we're proud to partner with the Suddy Youth Foundation, helping students without the resources experience the world with their classmates. The Suddy Youth Foundation has impacted over 10,000 students and awarded $1.8 million in scholarships. If you're a teacher with a student who could benefit, or you'd like to donate, visit sytayouthfoundation.org, because all youth deserve the chance to see the world and their place in it.
It's Joe Murray, and I am in on Bally's Lincoln Casino Resort. If you haven't been in a while, maybe you're still calling it Twin River, you're missing out. This place is on another level. 4,000 slots, over 100 table games with live dealers, blackjack, baccarat, and a poker room. Free live concerts every Friday and Saturday at the Lighthouse Bar, plus big shows at the Event Center. Not to mention awesome dining at Full Hotel and Spa. Check out Bally'sLincoln.com and follow at Bally's Lincoln on Instagram. I am in on Bally's Lincoln in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 877-9-GAMBLE.
Hey, it's Owen. If you're planning a spring proposal, my guy Lewis at the Diamond Guild has got you covered with the engagement ring. From under $3,000 to over $500,000. Reserve now at thediamondguild.com or just call Lewis, 781-55-RINGS.
It's Jim from Ace Ticket. Spring is finally here and Boston is back. Your Boston Celtics are back in the playoffs and the Red Sox are back. Be either at the Celtics for the Boston Garden Party or the Red Sox game at Fenway Park. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or visit aceticket.com before they're gone.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Bruins trailing the Sabres 4-0 through one period here in game number 4 at TD Garden. Some other action around the NHL playoffs today. Avalanche and Kings will get going at 4:30 with the Kings trying to stave off elimination. Colorado is a 3-0 lead in that series. 7 o'clock face-off up in Montreal. The Canadiens and the Lightning play their game 4. Montreal leading that series 2-1. The Edmonton Oilers are on the road in Anaheim for a 9:30 Eastern time start, and it's the Ducks with a 2-1 series lead in that one. Some of the action from yesterday, the Hurricanes sweep the Senators out of the playoffs with a 4-2 win in Game 4 yesterday. Philadelphia Flyers couldn't eliminate the Penguins. Pittsburgh with a 4-2 win. That series 3-1 Philly as they head back to Pittsburgh for Game 5. And Matt Boldy's overtime game winner evens the series between the Wild and the Stars 2-2 as Minnesota wins that game 3-2. Bruins trailing 4-0 after one. We'll have the second period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
Tired of repainting your home every 5 years? I'm Matt.
I'm Pat, owners of Rhino Shield of New England.
Traditional paint just doesn't hold up to New England weather. Rhino Shield is a ceramic coating, a long-term alternative to paint.
It looks like paint, but it's proven to resist chipping and cracking, and it's so durable that we back every job with a 25-year warranty.
Learn why your neighbors are switching to Rhino Shield. Visit our website today and get 15% off New England's most durable paint.
Don't paint, don't vinyl,
Go Rhino.
When I was a kid battling cancer, I met the runner who ran a marathon in my honor. I'm Kira. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America for Massachusetts General Hospital, for a kid going through cancer treatment, just like I did.
Donate to Kira's cause at BofA.com/support Kira. Bank of America supports everyone who asks what's possible. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation.
New 94 Octane, available exclusively at Sunoco, the highest octane on the market. It's the fuel you need to help unlock your engine's full potential. So if you're the kind of driver who's serious about what's under your hood, then there's only one fuel that can drive the performance you demand from your car. 94 Octane. Nothing else will match it. Go to Sunoco.com to find a participating station near you.
Hey, Zoe, spring cleaning means out with the old and in with the new. And I'm talking about your company's IT, of course. For over 100 years, my friends at Oakers Technologies have made their clients future ready to meet their ever-evolving needs. Oakers is a New England company that gets it. And when it comes to technology, Oakers can do it all. From full IT, infrastructure rebuilds, security, and to your everyday AV upgrades, do what thousands of companies have done and make Oakers your single source IT partner. Get future ready with Oakers Technologies and visit okers.com.
Need a new roof for your home or business? Then call East Coast Metal Roofing, lifetime guaranteed roofs, and get 10% off during their Spring into Savings event when you mention me, Felger. Call 844-611-ECMR or visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. If you've spent years working in construction, the wear and tear on your body can add up. And what many people don't realize is that those conditions may actually entitle you to compensation. At Catches Law, we've won more for construction workers than any other law firm in New England. We understand the work, we understand the injuries, and we know how to win. If your job is taking a toll on your body, it's time to find out your options. Visit catcheslaw.com for a free consultation today. There's no fee unless you win.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
There's power from the high slot. Over to the left circle, and they score. And it's Bowen Byram scoring for the third straight game. Sabres make it 4-zip with 5:36 left in the first. And that is our score as we get ready to start the second period. And fans, TD card holders score special benefits here at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. 4 unanswered goals in the first. Peyton Krebs, Josh Doan, Zach Benson, Bowen Byram, all scoring within about 10 minutes of each other to give Buffalo a 4-0 lead after one. Jeremy Swayman will come out to start the second period here. Gave up 4 goals on 19 shots in that first period, but no help in front of him. 19-5 were the shot totals in that first period. The Sabres with a 34-13 edge in shot attempts. And now the Bruins will have to try and chip away at this one. They've got 40 minutes to do so, trailing the series 2-1. After having lost Game 3 here on home ice, a place where they were as successful as any team in the league this year. 29 home victories in the regular season.
Yeah, it
seems a long way away right now.
Yeah, people up here in the press box level, someone said, "What?"
Orov gets a shot through to Lyon, who makes the save with Jeannot sliding into the crease in front of him, and Dahlin and Kastelic get into a shoving battles.
They're saying, where's the pushback? I said, if I'm Buffalo, why? Well, Greenway wouldn't engage with Kastelic. I said, why? Why would you? You're up 4-0.
Absolutely no need for Buffalo to.
And someone said to me, why don't they bump Alex Lyon? I said, because they can't get the puck in the offensive zone.
Right. You only had 5 shots in the first period.
They've had some bad periods this season, and over an 82-game schedule, you're going to have them. But on home ice, Game 4, and to not be able to break the puck out of your zone in the first period, and to get outshot 19-5 on home ice, that's a tough one to swallow. Now it's about how you respond. You got 40 minutes left.
Face off.
There's ways to chip away at this game, but
Sabres will get it out of the zone here. Bouncing puck settled by Peak, coming back toward his own blue line.
And then,
here's Husnadinov back into the Buffalo zone.
A smaller thing in that first period, though, O'Brien, was...
There's Peak stepping into a shot, went wide, ricochets around near side. Zadorov overskated. Mallenstein gets out of the zone, is going to draw a penalty, too.
I mean, you took it. I want to beat a dead horse, but you took too many men on the ice penalty in the first period as well, when you're stuck in your own zone. Zadorov overskates that puck, and now you're shorthanded here early in the second.
Boston, 91, minor penalty, holding.
Reached out and grabbed a hold of Mallenstein to keep him from getting after that puck.
A tough angle at it. There's no doubt about the penalty. Yeah. He thought he had it kind of gauged where that puck was going to go, but...
So the Sabres will get their second power play. They did not score on their first, but scored immediately after it ended.
Yeah, on paper they did score on their first.
So officially they are still 0 for the series. Face-off will be to the left of Jeremy Swayman. He is defending the end down to our right. Victor Arvidsson did not come back to start the second period after departing in the first, after taking a hit from Matthias Samuelsson. Zaka and Janot going to bring the Bruins ahead here shorthanded, but they're going to wind up offside.
Yeah, you asked me about, okay, what's the conversation like? And first of all, you clean up the mistakes. Obviously, that's an obvious one. But like I said, just chip away at this thing. And the last one is have some pride.
Yeah.
Going down without a fight is not enough pride, and there's a long way to go in this game. And a lot of things can happen. But if you don't clean up your own zone and clean up your ability to break a puck out under minimum pressure, then you're not going anywhere. You don't deserve to win.
Thompson just missed a pass from Tuck that would have sprung him to the net all by himself.
Yeah. The other one I thought was maybe Korpisalo, but they're not going to go that direction.
Right.
Swayman stays. And it not an indictment on Swayman.
No, not at all. Again, getting no help in his defensive zone, and he has been your best player in the series so far. It's Thompson, right wing circle, stepping in all by himself. Backhands over to the near side. Ostlund couldn't get good wood on that shot as it got blocked on its way. Ostlund's got it now right circle. 55 seconds left on the Zadorov penalty. Ostlund to Dahlin. Works his way over to the left point, on to the right side for Ostlund, down low. Zucker skates it toward the hash marks, gives to Ostlund. He'll cycle back along the near circle to Zucker. Tucks one in toward the near post, and Swayman was there. On the far side wall, kept alive. Tuck cross ice. Here's Ostlund, top of the right circle. Pass to Zucker. One touch back toward Dahlin. 25 seconds left on the power play. Thompson steps to the left circle. Poke check by Aspero, frees up that puck. Castlewick got it to the blue line, but not out. Crossing pass was deflected into the air and touched with a high stick by Ostlund. So that draws a whistle with 14 to go on the Zadorov penalty.
Yeah, some tense moments there with Tage Thompson attacking the net. It's a 2-on-1 in front. He actually tries to make a back pass. And I don't know if it was Corrali or Hampus Lindholm that blocked this shot. But Thompson, it was Hampus, right? Hampus Lindholm in front that blocks that shot. Swayman has to play shot from Thompson. He comes to his backhand as he comes right to the front of the net, and he drops that puck off.
Puck goes across toward the far side of the ice. Peak will hammer one all the way down. Power takes a hit near corner from Elias Lindholm. Byram starts the Sabres up ice. Power play comes to an end. Zadorov's out of the box. Down the right circle, McLeod toward the slot. Benson peels it back toward the near wall. Gave it up and got it back from Power from the center of the blue line. Benson works his way over to the far side. Puck will come down low. Quinn wrestled away from it by Peak. Power near corner stays with it. Now Zadorov and Benson come together. Circle and McLeod trying to get rid of it. Ran into trouble. And the Bruins will regain. Harris tried to backhand it. Benson got a piece of that. Janot kept it moving to the far side. Peak will clear the zone for Geekie up near the Boston bench. Now Harris from the near side takes a heavy hit from Benson to get it deep. Power near corner, hit by Geekie. Puck was not held in at the blue line. Just got out across the line and kicked back in offside from Husnadina.
You know, the other thing you're thinking is, it might sound a little at this point of the game, but you're finishing hits. It's you try to wear them down, but if you don't have, it's not like you're forechecking and wearing them down, though. You don't have the puck in their zone, so but you don't pass up a hit, especially if you got a good one in front of you. It's further down on the list of priorities right now for the Bruins. But
Stanley will play it across toward the near side for Mallenstein. Swept it into the Bruins zone. Kozak moves it around the far side boards. Pasternak is over there. His pass finds Minton coming through center ice. Minton on the right wing side. Geekie from behind the net. Around the near wall, Aspero. Center blue line, Pasternak. Onto the far circle, McAvoy throws one in front. Save made. And the rebound clear to the far wall. Pasternak fires back through the slot off a deflection. Geekie sends one in front from Minton, and Stanley got a piece of that shot.
I mean,
Pasternak centering. Timmins takes away. Greenway gets it out.
At least a version of a sustained attack, and it was Minton, Geekie, and Pasternak on that shift.
Timmins cross ice pass. Krebs sends it back toward Thompson. Out near the blue line. Pasternak takes a hack at it. Can't win it. Thompson circles back toward the blue line. Pass down the right circle. Krebs in the corner against Minton. Heels it back toward the top of the face-off circle to the high slot. Gives back to the right side for Tuck. Off the wall to Thompson. Thompson throws a wide-angle shot off the outside of the net. Able to shovel it back in front was Thompson, but McAvoy clears it. Pasternak ahead against Samuelson. Can't drag around him, and Dahlin comes over to clean that up.
End of a shift anyhow there for Pasternak.
In the neutral zone, Peak. Thompson back checking, able to knock that puck away, and the Bruins will be offside with 15:01 to go here in the second.
At least a version of a sustained attack, right? That was Geekie, it was Minton, it was Pasternak in the offensive zone. Trying to get something going anyhow.
Numbers continually update on the stat thing they give us here, but over 50% of the first period, that puck was in the Bruins' defensive zone.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, typically it's,
I don't need an official score to tell me that.
But it's, it's somewhere around 20% in the neutral zone, 30% in the Buffalo zone, and 50% in the Bruins defensive zone.
I ran into one of the official scorers in between periods. I said, only 10 giveaways that period for the Bruins. I said, that sounds generous.
Here's Zaka. Got it across, and a wide open look by Reichel, and he fanned on it.
Had an open net. They don't do the turnovers, by the way, that's done in Toronto.
Right.
He said, yeah, it's out of our hands. Well, whoever's hands it's in, that's light.
Middlestat getting to the top of the left circle. Sent one across. It was poked away by Byram, Corrali, and now Reichel. They'll send it around behind the Buffalo net. Bruins finishing a change. Sabres will get it out into neutral ice. Kicks back onto Ostlund, and he gets flattened by Jeannot. Byram from the far corner takes a hit from Castellan. Out into neutral ice, settled by Jeannot. Tried to play it across, but it was blocked. It'll come to Hampus Lindholm backing inside his own zone. Jordan Harris skates to the red line and sends it toward the right corner. Jeannot to the back of the net. Didn't get it out in front. Power got in the way. Our side circle, Kastelik trying to force a turnover, but instead it came to Quinn. He'll bring it up the left side. Runs into Harris. Hampus Lindholm against McLeod down deep. Back around that far side. Quinn got it to Zucker at the left circle. Look back towards Stanley. He has to back off as Jeannot grabs it and goes. His pass coming through the neutral zone gets blocked. Bruins somehow able to get in across the line as Hampus Lindholm a shot. Turned away by Lyon. And the rebound will be cleared by Zucker. Both teams getting some changes on here with 7 minutes gone in the period. Harris back inside his own zone. Aspero sends out into neutral ice, picked off by Mallenstein. Clogged up over by the Buffalo bench. Middlestat and Geekie both there. Puck comes into the zone. Here's Greenway, left circle. Shot blocked by Harris. Comes out of the near corner. Aspero plays back toward Harris. He will bank it up the far boards to no one. Picked off by Samuelsson and thrown back to the Bruins zone.
Some of their decisions are just, they're head scratchers. They really are right now.
Elias Lindholm tries to go with a long pass. They're going to wave off an icing there. Middlestat had Stanley Middlestat wrapped up.
Stanley didn't make a play at the puck.
Samuelsson standing between the circles in the Buffalo zone.
Either that or the linesmen don't want to call any more icing.
Tuck gets it from Thompson on the right side. Pass back toward the middle for Dahlin. Explodes on him and gets out of the zone. Samuelsson sent it back in, but McAvoy will skate it out. Charlie coming up the right side. Sends toward the middle. Husnudinov touched it along for Pasternak. His shot blocked in the slot. Minton trying to keep it alive against Tuck. It goes to the far wall. Chance for Samuelsson to clear, and Husnudinov knocked it off the wall.
Yeah, now it's Husnudinov, Minton, and Pasternak.
Tage Thompson will get a clear up the middle here for Krebs. Krebs coming into the Bruins zone. Shot tipped up and over the net off Swayman's glove. Krebs peels back toward the left wing corner, all the way back out toward the blue line, then left the puck behind, and Minton able to get the clear. Bruins will change. 11:15 to go here in the second. Buffalo still with a 4-0 lead. Benson regains the Bruins line. Low shot kicked away with a left pad by Swayman.
And he didn't give the rebound out to the middle. It went out to the strong side. He was able to control that.
Bauer gets a stick on it with Reichel pass into the middle. Now Middlestat lost it to Doan. Sent out in front. Benson. Puck came bouncing toward the near circle. Zacha feeds it over to Peak. In the neutral zone, Reichel will play it forward. Byram. Goal and an assist in that first period. Pass ahead for McLeod is offside. Take a timeout with 10:38 to go here in the second. Sabres 4, Bruins 0 here in game 4 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Spring is here, and that means it's time to upgrade those old appliances. Doyon's annual warehouse sale is back Friday, May 15th and Saturday, May 16th in North Andover. Shop incredible deals on open box, scratch and dent, and discontinued appliances. Many still brand new in the box. Save up to 80% off retail on top brands and upgrade your home for a fraction of the price. If your appliances are on their last leg, don't miss the Doyon's warehouse sale. 2 days only, May 15th and 16th in North Andover. For more information on Doyon's warehouse sale, head to doyonsappliance.com.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah! Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
No components means no connection. New Power is a global distributor built for tight supply. We stock and source memory, CPUs, GPUs, ICs, and more. New Power keeps parts moving because parts don't sleep. Visit newpowerww.com. They're hiring.
Thinking about finally buying a boat this year? Before you do, talk with Freedom Boat Club. They're the affordable, hassle-free alternative to boat ownership, and you'll save yourself thousands of dollars. Members enjoy training from licensed captains, unlimited usage of a huge fleet of boats at 21 prime locations, including the North Shore, Boston Harbor, Cape Cod, and their new locations in Fall River and New Bedford. FreedomBoatClub.com. Tell them you heard this ad for a special discount. Set yourself free with Freedom Boat Club. FreedomBoatClub.com.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Fans, the Bruins official mobile app is here. Download the official team app to access the latest team news, game highlights, special offers, and more. Get connected to the team 24/7. Visit bostonbruins.com/mobile app to download. 10:38 left here in the second period. Sabres with a 4-0 lead here in game 4 at TD Garden. He's trying to find a spark after surrendering 4 goals in the first 14 and a half minutes of this game.
To stop the bleeding. I mean, Reichel had a great chance a couple of shifts ago, and on a nice passing play, had over half the net to shoot at and fanned on it. Talking about nothing going right.
Face-off win. McAvoy trying to send it through the slot, picked off. McLeod.
Said, though, some of that's self-inflicted.
Quinn just inside the Bruins line. Backhands one toward the slot. Zacha got a piece of it with a glove. Aspero steers it ahead. Middlestat back across for Zacha. And they will lose it offside coming into the Buffalo zone as we get official word, as you might expect, that Victor Arvidsson will not return with an upper body injury.
Yeah, Reichel on the line right now with Zacha and Mittelstadt. They're going to make a line change, but he was on that line.
Again, Reichel getting into the lineup today in place of James Higgins. Bruins rookie had played in the first 3 games of this series. Reichel's first action in the postseason, playing 10 games with the Bruins in the regular season. Zadorov in the neutral zone. Finds Jeannot, backhands it deep. Power from behind the Buffalo net. Around near side, picked off by Corrali, who fires off the near wall, and it's grabbed by Lyon for the faceoff.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business, and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The face-off in the offensive zone. Bruins are going to bring out Pasternak, Geekie, and Zacha, with McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm.
You know, you're mixing and matching now, especially with Arvidsson not coming back in the lineup. You see you're going to see a ton of different combinations.
Yeah, saw Minton with these wingers earlier. Zacha and Kozak match up on the face-off near circle down to our left. Zacha wins it. Geekie over to McAvoy, coming down that right circle. Can't find a lane. Now try to center, and that's blocked. Greenway holding off McAvoy in behind the net. Hampus Lindholm near side wall, trying to keep alive against Mallenstein. Zacha throws one in front, and it hit the post behind Lyon. He did not see that at all. Back to the blue line, it comes to McAvoy. Hampus tried to shoot through Mallenstein. That gets blocked back into center ice. Geekie at the red line, drops it back here for Hampus. 9:35 to play in the second. Zacha dumps it in from just outside the blue. Around the far side wall, Pasternak puts a body on Mallenstein. Geekie digs a puck free. Zacha looking to center. Instead, throws one right through the slot. Hampus over to the far side again for McAvoy. Mallenstein blocks that effort.
Mallenstein, he's got the kick save going. He's had a couple of them in this shift.
Zacha behind the net finds Pasternak out in front. Got through one man and then rolls over Hampus Lindholm's stick off a feed from Geekie. Pasternak near side circle, sends one all the way across. McAvoy from the bottom of that right circle. Lyon turned that away.
Long shift for this Sabres.
Pasta one-timer blocked by Kozak. McAvoy brings it around behind the net to the right circle. All the way up through the high slot. Hands off to Pasternak out near the blue line. Pasta steps to his right. Gives it to Hampus Lindholm. Back over to Pasta. Pasta top of the right circle. Tried a shot. That one gets blocked. Far circle. Kick back out to center ice.
Turn it back up. You got the Sabres on the run right now.
Kozak gets to the bench, but I think he's the only one now. Greenway goes off. Reichel along the left wing circle. Brings it toward the high slot. Gives to Zadorov at the point. Throws it in front. Ricocheted under the far corner. Reichel trying to pass for Geekie. Was deflected, but Geekie gloves it down. Reichel right wing corner. Back on a Mittelstadt who's just jumped on. Mittelstadt crossing pass. Zadorov left circle. Steps to the front with a backhander turned away by Lyon. Sabres will get a clear here.
Finally get everybody off the ice. There was a long shift for some of those guys. Fourth line for the Sabres.
Mittelstadt and now Peak, both pressured by Krebs inside the Bruin zone. Up in the far corner to Mittelstadt. 7:50 to go here in the second. Bruins down 4-0. Minton chases one deep here against Power as they lock up in the left wing corner. Usnadinov gets involved. Tuck along the near side as well. Now it'll come to Byram, and he goes back in behind the Sabres net. Byram in no particular hurry. Buffalo changing up ice here.
Yeah, he's saying if you're going to stay 1-2-2, I'm not even going to come up the ice.
Let the clock run. Now Power will bring it up towards center ice. Left wing pass to Ostlund. Down the wall for Doan. And to the back of the net. Usnadinov gets in there to try to win it from Benson. Aspero will take it toward the far corner. Now pivots back in behind. Try to chip it toward Harris.
Yeah, they've gone Harris and Aspero right now. And the last shift was all McAvoy and Lindholm.
Bruins get a clear here. Lyon will tee it up in the far circle for Byram. McLeod carries to his own blue line. Pass to the left side for Zucker. Able to stick handle his way into the Bruins zone. Around the boards it comes near side. Cano got it off the wall, but picked off. McLeod coming back outside the blue line. Near his own blue line, gives it to Samuelson. And now Dahlin. Dahlin back to Samuelson in the neutral zone. Dumps in around behind Swayman. Near corner Harris to Aspero. On that far side, Kastelik was waiting for it at the blue line. Samuelson able to hem it in for the moment. Back across to the near side for Harris, and now Aspero with some space. Harris coming through the red line to dump in around the far side wall. Corrali right toward the corner. Tage Thompson gets to it first. Samuelson lost it back to Corrali. Pass back toward the blue line. Zadorov gets it off a deflection. Throws one to the front off of Lyon's shoulder and up over the net.
That might have been tipped on the way in.
Quinn, gets struck by Zadorov near corner as the puck played back toward the Bruins blue line.
Dahlin took a little cross check at Zadorov. Probably not enough to get a penalty, and Jeannot was right there hoping to get engaged Dahlin, but he's not going to do that.
Dahlin with possession of the puck here as Thompson will skate up towards center ice. In across the Boston line. Slipped away. Zadorov was thinking about a collision of Mack trucks there.
Why not? It's what you've got right now.
Geekie knocks down Tuck, forced a turnover. Pasternak, Hampus Lindholm, now Geekie near side circle all day, and he shot it off the post. Geekie got it back through the slot toward Pasternak, far side. McAvoy has it taken away, and it'll be Ostlund to skate forward here for the Sabres. Zacha back to make the play defensively. Benson keeps it alive. Ostlund's shot forced wide of the net by Hampus Lindholm. Geekie to Zacha. Back to Geekie, right wing circle. Throws it toward the front, blocked by Byram, who goes down. Sent back across. Geekie was coming to the front of the net. He had Pasternak left circle, but it was tipped out of the zone.
Power got the stick on it. That was a quick 2-on-1 as Byram had lost his balance.
Elias Lindholm plays it back deep. Lyon backhanded toward the near corner, taken away by Middlestad, who threw it back through the slot. And Aspero overskates it along the far wall, lost it out of the zone. And now a penalty coming on the play as well. Greenway had lost his stick in the neutral ice. He's going to head to the box with 4:01 to go in the second. Sabres with a 4-0 lead. Bruins power play when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Hey, it's Patrice Bergeron. Every great play starts with an assist. That's why Avidia Bank and I are taking Assist for Kids beyond the rink. For every Boston assist, Avidia Bank donates $75 up to $30,000 to provide $150 max saving accounts for local kids. And Franklin Sports is donating $7,000 in street hockey equipment, giving us $37,000 to help kids get out and play. Because every kid deserves the chance to play and fall in love with the game, just like I did. I'm proud to team with Avidia Bank and Franklin Sports for Assist for Kids. Learn more at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness. Member of the ICU, member DIF.
This hockey season, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donated $50,000 to the Greater Boston Food Bank and have graciously agreed to continue the Feeding Puck for Families initiative throughout Boston's playoff run. This means, once again, every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will continue to donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Tune into the games on 98.5 The Sports Hub and learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
4:01 left, second period. Buffalo still leading 4-0.
Life.
Yes.
They've had some sustained attack. They've hit 2 posts. Had a couple close calls. Geekie tried to make the pass across there to Pasternak. Good defensive play by Power. Reichel fanned on a shot when he had an open net. So there's been life, and now you've got a power play. You said chip away at this thing. It has to start with some momentum first. And the Bruins have had that the last few minutes.
Jordan Greenway called for hooking Aspero. Gives the Bruins their first power play
and the
chance
physicality.
Of the game.
And, you know, Zadorov starts it. He wasn't the only one. I mean, Kaslik and Joe are always going to have it, but, you know, Kaslik with a big hit on Quinn.
Elias Lindholm will take the face-off in the offensive zone and wins it. McAvoy from the right point. Gives over to that right side. Geekie. They set up for Pasternak now on a McAvoy. Inside of the left circle. Shot it wide on the glove side.
But Pasternak was there for the one-timer, and the pass wasn't where it needed to be.
Geekie misfires as he tried to one-time a pass across the ice. Bruins have to come back into the neutral zone. Pasternak gets it back in. Zacha on the right wing wall against Samuelson. Elias Lindholm and McLeod over there. Comes free back to McAvoy. Over to Pasta. One-timer, and that's blocked by Tuck. Tuck gets the clear.
Just sitting on it. No matter who's in the left wing circle, they've got a weak side forward sitting on that shot, whether it's Geekie or Pasternak.
1:22 left on the power play. Bruins moving right to left here in this second period. Zacha and Elias Lindholm traded coming through neutral ice. On the left wing side, here's Pasternak. Backhands up to the top of the slot for McAvoy. They work it in front. Pasternak upended by Malenstein in tight.
Good effort there by Benson to get that puck out.
Geekie back at the Boston blue line. Elias Lindholm gets it from Zacha. Gets to the Buffalo line, trying to fight his way through traffic. They are able to keep it alive here. Geekie's pass off a skate. Elias gets it back to Hampus Lindholm, center blue line, winds and fires, blocked by Stanley between the circles, and Benson will send it all the way down.
Shot's got to get there. Either that or a different play.
35 seconds left on the Greenway penalty. Usnadinov brings the Bruins out of his own zone. Minton chips it down the left wing wall. Timmins in the corner. Usnadinov and now Pasternak. Hampus Lindholm over to Middlestat for a shot from the right circle. Save made. Rebound batted toward the far corner. Timmins under pressure. Lost it behind the net. Pasternak back to the left point for Hampus. To Middlestat, top of the right circle. Back to Hampus near side. Long shot. Blocked on its way again. Hampus, high slot. Pasternak, left dot. Crossing pass. Tipped on by Middlestat. Lions able to make the save. Samuelson under pressure along the end boards. Power play is over. Minute 45 still to go in the period. Middlestat to the back of the net. Able to slip away from Timmins, who lost his stick. Back to Zadorov for a drive, and that gets blocked and goes out of play.
A couple big blocks. Right, Stanley, big block on Hampus Lindholm. And one really good chance there back door. But Lyon makes a good save. I think that was the only one that got through to him.
Minute 37 left here in the second. Buffalo leads it 4-0. You're on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
At TD, they know when the lights are at their brightest, Boston is at its boldest, and the fans are at their loudest. This city was built for the playoffs, and they can't wait to cheer alongside you every step of the way, from puck drop to the final buzzer. TD, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Bob's a financial professional who's currently enjoying a win-win scenario, meeting with a valued client and enjoying a round of golf. But Bob's used to win-win scenarios because he works with Mass Mutual, who not only provides the freedom and flexibility to offer his clients products and solutions that meet their needs, they offer Bob the autonomy, compensation, and optional home office support that meet his. Win-win. Success for your clients and yourself. The feeling is Mass Mutual. Learn more at massmutual.com/wealth management.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah. Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
1:37 left, second period. Bruins down 4-0, unable to convert on their power play opportunity, their first of the game. Going to face off in the offensive zone to resume things here. Buffalo has blocked 8 shots here in this second period.
It tells you where the puck has been.
Yep.
You know, it gives you an idea, right? It's like, you don't have to block anything in the first.
Sabres a dump in by Ostlund, goes around the far side. Buffalo has been held to 3 shots on goal in this period so far, but protecting a 4-goal lead. Now Bruins again can't get out of their zone. Thompson, left circle shot. Swayman sliding to his right to make that save and hangs on.
Yeah, 2 turnovers in that sequence that lead to a Thompson shot from the left wing side. Managing the puck has been an issue for the Bruins. Well, certainly through the first 20 minutes. It's been a little bit better here in the second, but actually it's been a lot better in the second. It couldn't go any worse than it was in the first.
A defensive zone face-off to the right of Jeremy Swayman.
And just the pressure in the offensive zone has been there for them.
Yes.
Which was almost non-existent in the first period.
Elias Lindholm wins the face-off. Middlestat near corner. Under pressure from Zucker. Got it along for McAvoy, who takes it to the far circle. Long pass up ice for Reichel. Off the near wall, Middlestat. Down the left circle, a shot blocker stopped Lyon. Bouncing puck far corner. Kozak to Zucker. McAvoy puts a hit on him, but he clears the puck. Hampus Lindholm.
Yeah, they've made the change on the back end. You got to go Lindholm and McAvoy together to try to generate something on the offensive end.
Lindholm with the puck here. Pass redirected off of Kozak. Lindholm knocks down Zucker at the Boston line. Kozak over to Zucker over by the Buffalo bench. Hampus wins it back. McAvoy up the right side. Elias Lindholm sends a floater toward the front of the net, and Lyon will cover that. Draw a face-off in the Buffalo zone with 22.2 showing on the clock here in the second.
Yeah, lots of different looks, especially with Arvidsson out of the lineup, but you know, you're trying to generate something offensively. Set 2 posts this period for them. Zadorov had a pretty good opportunity attacking the net from the left side, went to the backhand. Lyon is, I mean, he came in the third period
in game 2.
In game 2, nothing. 1 goal against in game 3. And then nothing again here in game 4. Have the Bruins made life difficult on him? As difficult as they need to? No, they haven't. But he's been good.
Power circling back behind his net. Takes a hit from Geekie near corner. Zaka there as well. Comes back into the pile. 10 seconds left in the period. Doan trying to clear it. Aspero gloved it down, but outside the zone. Dumped back in, and that one's going to sail over the glass. With 2.7 to go in the period, they'll face it off back in the neutral ice.
No, that's still a work in progress for the Bruins, making life difficult on Lyon. I think, you know, that probably was a game plan of theirs coming in, but once you get down 4-0 and you're not generating anything, it kind of, you kind of forget about it.
Right. But also gives Buffalo the opportunity, if they want, to collapse down in front of him more. I mean, they're protecting a 4-goal lead.
Yeah,
they don't have to.
They're sitting back a little bit. I mean, I don't think there's any question about that, but I mean, it's not by choice. It's just kind of human nature.
Oh, they drop the puck and the siren sounds to end the second period. And some more jeers from the home crowd here at TD Garden as the Bruins head back into the locker room. No more damage in that second period, but still trailing 4-0 to the Sabres through 2. We'll be back with more from TD Garden in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value Brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
You know, everyone's got their spot. That place you head to for a great meal, drinks with friends, or takeout for the family. For me, that spot is 110 Grill in Hanover. The food's top-notch, the drinks are awesome, and the menu has something for everyone. Next time you're looking for your spot, go find your 110. Visit 110grill.com to find a location near you.
NHL fans, get yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hey, Zoe, spring cleaning means out with the old and in with the new. And I'm talking about your company's IT, of course. For over 100 years, my friends at Oakers Technologies have made their clients future ready to meet their ever-evolving needs. Oakers is a New England company that gets it. And when it comes to technology, Oakers can do it all. From full IT, infrastructure rebuilds, security, and to your everyday AV upgrades, do what thousands of companies have done and make Oakers your single source IT partner. Get future ready with Oakers Technologies and visit okers.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Felger here. Spring has sprung, and if your home or business needs a new roof, then right now is the best time to call my friends at East Coast Metal Roofing. During their Spring into Savings event, Sports Hub listeners who mention me, Felger, or the station get 10% off the entire job. That's for a top-quality metal roof, backed by a lifetime warranty installed on any style of home. Never, ever replace your roof again with East Coast Metal Roofing. They service Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine, Vermont, and now Florida. Schedule a free quote now at eastcoastmetalroofing.com. That's eastcoastmetalroofing.com.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Stanley at the left point. Cleared by Minton. Minton's got a break to the net. Shoots, save made, and the rebound kicked back on Lyon, who made the stop there as well. Middlestack crossing pass. Zadorov left circle. Steps to the front with a backhander turned away by Lyon. Alex Lyon has faced 14 shots and has stopped them all through 2 periods. Bruins trailing the Sabres 4-0 as we hit the second intermission here at TD Garden, back alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. So, I mean, there was nowhere to go but up after the first 20 minutes. Bruins certainly played a better brand of hockey in the second period, but unfortunately nothing to show for the opportunities that they did get at the offensive end.
No, I mean, you're playing for, certainly you think that there's time to get back into the game if you can chip away at a lead. You know, it becomes a little bit more of an uphill challenge now that you weren't able to score in the second period, but there was a sign of life from the Bruins. I mean, that first, I know we're beating a dead horse, but that first period was as bad as, I can't remember a worse period. I mean, there were some bad periods this season. There were some bad games where the Bruins just didn't have it. Yeah. That was just, it was terrible. They couldn't get the puck out of their own zone. They couldn't pass the puck out of their own zone. Had possession plenty of times, couldn't pass it out of their own zone. That period looked like a sign of life. Now, is that Buffalo? It's probably a combination of both, right? The Bruins pushing, the Sabres, satisfied with a 4-0 lead. Not really. They still had a couple of opportunities in that period. Hampus Lindholm had a great block.
Yeah.
On a power play chance, Tage Thompson tried to dish it off, but you hit 2 posts. Lyon made a couple good saves. You just missed on a couple of passes or a couple scoring opportunities. You had some puck in the offensive zone, which is, I think you had a stat where over 50% of the first period was spent in the Bruins zone. That period was the ice was tilted a little bit more in the Bruins' favor, but you still come out 4-0. Lyon's been good. He solidified things for them. You didn't test him at all in the first period, but he was good in the third period of game 2. He was good last game. Made some key saves last game, especially early and especially late. And, now trying to dent him, trying to figure out a way to get the puck behind him, after he's tapping the posts and thanking them on a couple of occasions in that second period where you looked like you had him beat, but he seems to play. I mean, I've seen him come out, but he seems to play a little deeper, a little bit more conservative than Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen does. So, you have to change your game plan a little bit with that. And the shot mentality, I think, is something that you look for.
One of those posts, Geekie he's standing pretty close to the net, had time to kind of think about what he wanted to do with it.
It wasn't a great angle.
Right.
It was kind of from a sharp angle, but we say he's deep in his net, so he tried to go far side, off the post and out. Geekie also had a pass. He was attacking the net from the right wing circle, and I think it was Byram that kind of lost his balance. He tried to make a pass to Pastrnak, who's got the stick cocked and ready to go, and Owen Power actually made a pretty good play. It's like, and I get it. I don't blame the fans, and they're booing every little play right now that doesn't go the Bruins' way. And if the game was 1-1, or if it was scoreless, or the Bruins were up 1, it wouldn't be that way. But you're down 4-0, and you play the way you did in the first period. You deserve it, and that's, the fans want something good. Desperately want something good to happen, and hitting the post isn't good enough.
I'm just looking down the numbers here. David Pastrnak without a shot on goal through 2 periods. He's got 7 attempts. 5 of them have been blocked.
Yeah, there's some, and he actually felt the brunt of some of the boos in that second period.
Yeah,
he's clearly got something going on. And I know that he worked on a lot of one-timers yesterday and looked okay, but he just doesn't have that same pop, and not just a shot. He just doesn't have that same pop right now, and it's unfair to put it on him completely, because it was the defense that couldn't break the puck out of their own zone in the first period. So, there's a little. It's not one person. It's a team, and it's a group, and he's trying to find it. You saw a lot of different line combinations that second period. Some of it is because Arvidsson's hurt, but some of it because you're trying to find something, some kind of spark. And we saw a number of different. We saw Zacha in the middle. We saw Minton in the middle. So we've seen some different looks from those forward lines. We saw a different look from the defensive pairs. They paired up McAvoy and Lindholm, trying to get a spark at the offensive end.
Well, as you mentioned with Alex Lyon, he's given up 1 goal in essentially 6 periods against the Bruins through the first, through the third period of game 3, or game 2 rather, and then through game 3, and now 2 periods into game 4. So, you look at, as Marco Sturm said, best players have to be your best players. See if the Bruins can mount a comeback here in the third period, trailing 4-0. Time now for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Summer in Boston just got hotter. Tim McGraw, the Pawn Shop Guitar Tour, July 30th at Fenway Park, with special guests The Chicks and Lady A. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We'll take a look at the other action around the NHL when we return here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Yes, spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done.
New 94 Octane, available exclusively at Sunoco, the highest octane on the market. It's the fuel you need to help unlock your engine's full potential. So if you're the kind of driver who's serious about what's under your hood, then there's only one fuel that can drive the performance you demand from your car. 94 Octane. Nothing else will match it. Go to Sunoco.com to find a participating station near you.
Whether
I'm heading to a game, the airport, or out with friends, to get where I need to be in comfort and style, I rely on the pros at A+ Coach. Anthony and his team at A+ Coach offer world-class personal transportation services with the best fleet of luxury vehicles anywhere in Massachusetts, all at an affordable price. Next time you're heading to a game, heading to Logan like I do, or heading to Boston for a night out, leave the driving to A+ Coach. For reservations and more, visit apluscoach.com or call 781-THE-LIMO. That's apluscoach.com or 781-THE-LIMO. And to get the best rate, tell them so sent you.
Your Boston Celtics are in the playoffs and tickets are on sale right now. Be there at the Garden Party. Celtics playoff tickets. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or visit aceticket.com before they're gone.
If you're in the trades putting in those long days, you deserve gear that can keep up. Brunt Workwear builds comfortable, durable work boots and apparel, hand in hand with real workers in the trades for the men and women who make this country run. That's why Brunt is proud to be an official partner of both the New England Patriots and the Gillette Stadium field crew, because the team that prepares the field for battle is just as important as the team on the field. Based out of North Reading, Brunt is finally giving workers the gear they deserve. Go to bruntworkwear.com and use code FELGER10 to save $10 off your first purchase with a risk-free trial.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the media group station.
2 periods in the books here at TD Garden in Game 4. The Sabres holding a 4-0 lead over the Bruins, trying to take a 3-1 lead in the series. Let's take a look at the other action around the NHL today. Avalanche and Kings will get going at 4:30, with the Kings trying to stave off elimination. Colorado is a 3-0 lead in that series. 7 o'clock face-off up in Montreal. The Canadiens and the Lightning play their Game 4. Montreal leading that series 2-1. The Edmonton Oilers are on the road in Anaheim for a 9:30 Eastern time start, and it's the Ducks with a 2-1 series lead in that one. Some of the action from yesterday: the Hurricanes sweep the Senators out of the playoffs with a 4-2 win in Game 4 yesterday. Philadelphia Flyers couldn't eliminate the Penguins. Pittsburgh with a 4-2 win. That series 3-1 Philly as they head back to Pittsburgh for Game 5. And Matt Boldy's overtime game winner evens the series between the Wild and the Stars 2-2 as Minnesota wins that game 3-2. Here at TD Garden, it's all Sabres through 2, a 4-0 lead here in Game 4. We will have the third period coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Hello, Boston. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America, N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Coleman,
It's electric.
Need an electrician? Call Common Electric. I know you think you already have one, but what you really have is an electrician's phone number. You call, get voicemail, and pray like the dickens he calls you back. Hi, Larry Electric. Call you back tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, electricians love their job, but they hate answering the phone. So Common Electric came up with this idea. Common would have a ton of experienced electricians on staff and then hire a bunch of other folks to answer the phone. I mean, it's stinking brilliant. It's
electric.
Yeah, it's Common Electric. From Boston to Bow, New Hampshire, south to Sandwich, west to Worcester, when you need an electrician at your house, call Common Electric and schedule service with a live human being. Disclaimer, don't call at 3 a.m. because our humans do sleep. But Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you call and we'll be at your place in the flick of a switch. And if the switch is broken, they'll be there quicker. Common Electric, Kuhlman. Electricians who answer the phone. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's electric.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
They're going to wave the icing here. Lubin back to get it with 15 seconds. Plays it around the boards to Gaustad. He'll fire it in. Rask got a piece of it. Sets it for Chara. Up around the glass and out to center. Myers in the neutral zone. Flips it back in. Picked off by Krejci. He'll skate it out. He misses the empty net. But time runs out and the Bruins win the series. They eliminate the Buffalo Sabres in 6 games.
This date in Bruins history taking us back to 2010 and these same two franchises meeting in the postseason there. Bruins defeating the Buffalo Sabres 4-3 in Game 6 of their conference quarterfinal series to clinch that series as Boston advanced to the second postseason round in consecutive years for the first time since 1991 and 92. This date in Bruins history being restored by Blue Sky Restoration. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's GoBLU Sky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. We head to the third period with the Bruins down 4-0 to the Sabres here on home ice. Buffalo comes in leading the series 2-1. Game 5 will come up on Tuesday night in Buffalo. And unless the Bruins can mount a serious comeback here in the third period, Buffalo could be playing for the series on Tuesday. Shots on goal in that second period were 9-4 in favor of the Bruins. Attempts were significantly in the Bruins' direction. Buffalo with 11 attempts in that second period to the Bruins 29.
We try to build on something. You know, you're trying to build on something. You said you hit a couple posts that period. But you're trying to build something. If it's not today, then it's building something moving forward. But and you just dug yourself such a massive hole in that first period.
Face-off win here by Corrales. Marco Sturm going to start the third period with fourth line out there. As puck gets directed past Quinn, and that'll be an early icing here against Buffalo. So get the face-off into the attack zone. Bring out Zacha, Pasternak, and Geekie. And Victor Arvidsson out. Suffered an upper body injury in the first period. Will not return.
Now, you mentioned with Pasternak without a shot on goal. He's had 7 attempts. Geekie, only 1 attempt in this game was a post. But not credited with any shots on goal either.
Dahlin in the far corner. Moved around near side by Samuelson. Zucker plays out into neutral ice. McLeod reaching behind him to pick that up. Got it to Dahlin on the right side. Stops against McAvoy. Deals it toward the corner. Picking up there by Hampus Lindholm. Zucker along the far wall to keep in. Geekie and Zacha trying to get it free. It does come free and comes out of the reach of Dahlin and out to center ice. Samuelson over to Dahlin. Banks one forward. Hampus Lindholm gets a stick on it, but so does Zucker. Hampus will skate back in behind Jeremy Swayman. Bruins going from left to right here in the third period. Long pass up the left side of Reichel with the attacking blue line. Sweeps it around behind Lyon, who comes out to play it. Around the near side wall. Middlestat takes it out of the corner. Back to peek at the right point. Shot one off the back wall, trying to get a Karen back in front. Cut off by Byron. Peek, another shot. That one got through. Blocker stopped. Reichel in the far corner. Pivots away from Byron. Throws it out in front. Hit a body, kick back in behind. On the near side boards. And Reichel against Krebs. Tuck there as well. And now back into the corner and behind the net it comes to Powers. They'll play it up to the left side. Or the right side rather for Thompson. Moved it into the middle to Tuck. Now on the left side it's Krebs. Top of the left circle. Shot forced wide of Swayman. Orov steps out in front of his goaltender here. Minute 50 gone in this third period. Ustadinov coming up the left side. That puck goes into and out of the open door of the Buffalo bench to draw a whistle.
Yeah, I mean, it's really quiet in this building right now. You know, it's a shame. You know, you come in and the atmosphere is just fantastic. And there's some boos in the second period. And now it's just quiet. I mean, there's been nothing to wrap your head around. There were a couple good hits in the second, and there were some chances, right? But just looking for anything right now.
Stone gets to the Boston line, but Benson got too good of a jump, and he's offside.
Yeah, so still playing Aspro and Harris together as a pair on the defensive side. Lindholm and McAvoy together. That puts Peek and Zadorov on the backside. I mean, there's no question that no matter what happens here today, I would think that there'll be more changes coming in Game 5. Yeah,
I think that's not
fair to say. I'm not going out on a limb on that one.
Face-off win here by Corrali. Aspro will push it forward from the near corner. Timmins. Benson off his skate. Kick to Doan. Will angle it up the left side, trying to get around everyone, and does. Able to get to that puck first inside the Bruins end.
Yeah, Aspro had a little trouble with the pivot there.
Turnover behind the net. Centering pass. Kozak point blank. And Swayman stops it and covers it.
Turnover behind the net. You know, at least a battle anyhow. And Kozak with a great chance. Point blank. He's below the hash marks right in the middle of the ice. Good hustle by Doan to get to the puck first. And then the Bruins have possession and lose possession off the good forecheck there by Benson. And a chance by Kozak.
Tyson Kozak did not play in the first two games of the series. Drew in Game 3. Place of Josh Dunn on the fourth line.
Yeah, he gives him some skill there, some speed, you know, fourth line, playing between Malenstein and Greenway.
Cleared up ice here, and Pasternak won't win the race against Samuelson, so it's an icing here against Boston.
Set play, trying to go off the wall, get Pasternak out in space. It was well read by Samuelson.
Face off in the near circle. Pasternak 5 points in the first two games of the series. Held off the score sheet, was a -3 in Game 3.
Yeah, but I mean,
face-off win here by Zaka.
The no shots on goal and what, 7 attempts, five blocked. That's a little alarming.
Goalie near corner under pressure from Pasternak, forced him in behind the net.
And combine that with Geeky's difficulties.
Kozak regains entry into the Bruins zone. Sent toward the front. Malenstein had to deal with Zadorov out there. Zaka pulls back in behind Swayman. Gives it in the near corner to Pete.
But you know, you're not getting scoring chances in the hands of your top guys when you can't get out of your own zone.
Right. And those guys need time in the offensive end, and they just haven't had a lot of it.
Not in the first period today.
Nice Lindholm's broken stick as Middlestat brings the Bruins forward. Cross ice pass. McAvoy right circle. Goes right to the front. Poke check by Lyon. Knocked it away.
Somebody lost a stick, did they not?
It's Lyon's stick that is sitting off in the far corner as he makes a save from in tight. Zucker will play it back out towards center ice. Settled with a glove by Hampus Lindholm. Take it away. McLeod moving in left circle. Shot it wide on the short side on Swing.
Yeah, he tried to be aggressive with his stick because McAvoy was bringing that puck strong to the front of the net from the right wing side.
Byram gets back into the Bruins zone. Angled in behind the net. Hampus Lindholm from the far corner. 4 minutes gone here in the third. Bruins still down 4-0. McAvoy back over to Hampus far side. Jeannot redirected a pass through the neutral zone, but Byram cutting back in toward the back of his net. Harassed there by Husnudinov. Got the pass up the right side of Tuck. That man's along for Krebs. Krebs for the trailer. Stanley shot, and that one tipped up and off over the glass by Swayman.
You know, the Bruins have numbers coming back into the zone, but they actually over back check, and it leaves the lane open when they pull up in the right wing circle to Stanley, who's coming in on the left side, and that seam pass or diagonal pass back to Stanley as he joins the rush. Bruins had guys back. They were chasing down, I think it was Thompson coming back towards the net, but Stanley's left alone.
Face off in the near circle down to our left. Crowd cheering as Tim Thomas shown on the center ice jumbotron.
Just Tim Thomas.
Jay Miller as well. It's a long shot, knocked down by Swayman. Puck forced into the near corner. Apologize to Jay.
That's not giving Jay enough respect right there. Come on.
Puck gets directed up over the Bruins bench and out of play. .15:09 left, and the Bruins down 4. And it's been kind of few and far between things to cheer about here today. Our buddy Jack Edwards was the banner captain today. Drew a huge ovation from the crowd here prior to the game. And a little bit later on, trying to get the crowd going in the midst of that nightmarish first period. Face off, win by Zacha in the defensive zone. Aspero trying to get it behind the net. Greenway causing some troubles there.
Yeah, now you got Aspero and McAvoy for the defensive zone face-off.
Keel on the far wall got upended. Swatted that puck out toward the blue line, but not out. Greenway throws it in front, and they score. Beck Mallenstein got the tip as that puck goes fluttering up over Swayman just under the bar, and it's 5-0.
Now, these goals are not off the rush. They're off the Bruins not being able to get the puck out of the zone. Puck gets moved up the left wing side. It's stopped there by the Sabres. Thrown towards the net. Mallenstein able to get the tip up over top of the glove hand side here of Swayman. But Bruins have possession. Move it up the wing. Puck gets turned over. Greenway throws it back at the net, and a perfect tip by Mallenstein. They didn't want to get scored on off the rush.
No, they haven't.
They haven't. But you can't manage the puck properly inside your own zone. You're getting exactly what you deserve.
Sabres coming forward here with Quinn getting it into the right wing corner. Zucker back to the point. Timmins onto Stanley. His shot turned away with a pad by Swayman. Centering pass and a one-timer blocked in front by Peake.
Wide open.
Here's McLeod at the top of the left circle. Jeannot's got a broken stick. Stanley over to Timmins. Sidesteps Castaway. Turns away from Zadorov. Back to McLeod. Timmins again. McLeod center blue line. Skating through the down stick. Lost his edge. Got the puck along to Quinn near circle. Back to Zucker. One-timer. Partially blocked. Swayman battles that one away. Near side circle, and Castaway will start up ice. 14 minutes to go, and it's a 5-0 game. Stanley takes it back behind his net here for the Sabres. First career postseason goal for Beck Mallenstein.
He's had some good blocks in this game, too. And throughout the series, actually.
Yeah.
He had 2 during that one sequence there in the second period.
An assist in game 2 of the series as Thompson sends one in front, and Tuck slam dunks that one, and it's 6-0.
Yeah, just terrible coverage, but Marco Sturm's got him. I mean, just Jeremy Swayman stay in. You're subjecting him to this. Bruins have possession of the puck, defensive zone. They lose a battle. Thompson's wide open, coming down below the goal line, and then it's a quick 2-on-1. Tuck going to the net. Thompson's below the goal line, but he funnels this pass to Tuck, who's open back door. And I understand you don't want to embarrass Swayman by pulling him now, but what's the point now? It's like he's not going to. His confidence is not going to be swayed. And no pun intended. It's not. He's going to be fine. They might take him out right now.
Well, they're going to get a media timeout.
Commercial timeout.
Take a break here and think about it. But
why keep him in?
Yeah, I mean the game is far over.
His team has completely dropped the ball in front of him.
13-19 to play. 6-0 Sabres. Back with more on the 98.5 Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah. Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal housing lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
What the is going on? Where's all this water coming from?
I think, and it's just a guess, it's coming from your roof.
Hottie?
Yeah, it's me, but listen, you've clearly got roof issues.
Oh, I got issues, all right. My my ex-brother-in-law, did my roof like 10 years ago. He must have it up.
Yeah, so call Jim Delpreet and the team at Delpreet Home Improvements, 781-293-1417. They'll give you a free estimate and take care of your roof the way it was supposed to be done.
Thanks, Hottie.
Take my advice, call Delpreet Home Improvements, formerly Beantown Home Improvements now. They don't around. 781-293-1417 or go to delpreethi.com.
You know, everyone's got their spot. That place you head to for a great meal, drinks with friends, or takeout for the family. For me, that spot is 110 Grill in Hanover. The food's top-notch, the drinks are awesome, and the menu has something for everyone. Next time you're looking for your spot, go find your 110. Visit 110grill.com to find a location near you.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Fans gear up for the 2026 playoffs, presented by Rapid 7 with the Pro Shop powered by 47. Visit bostonproshop.com or stop by the store at 84 Causeway Street to purchase official Bruins merchandise and rep the black and gold throughout the postseason. Jeremy Swayman will depart here with just over 13 minutes to go. 6 goals against on 29 shots as Jonas Korpisalo takes over in mop-up duty here in Game 4. As the puck comes out into neutral ice, and Zadorov will try to play it forward. Zacha's got it now with the red one.
It's the combination of puck management, battles inside your own zone, puck management inside your own zone, and coverage. It's been so bad today.
There is nothing that Jeremy Swayman could have done.
There's no way to sugarcoat this. It's been so bad. And they came in with a game plan of not to get beat off the rush by the Sabres because they're a rush team. By and large in this series, they've kind of done that, but these are all off of mismanaged pucks or lost battles inside your own zone. Every goal.
4 of them in the first period, 2 more here in the third. One's here in this third period, less than a minute and a half apart from Mallenstein and Tuck.
About a third of the crowd has gotten a start on their evening.
Will not take long to get out of the garage tonight at the end of this one. Darlene in behind his own net. Busnadinov gets it back to McAvoy at the right point, puts one wide to the short side. Collision along that far wall. Busnadinov will keep it in. One back in behind the net. Samuelson chips it toward the near side boards. Puck again held in. Minton puts it down low. Busnadinov into the far corner against Kozak. The far circle. Minton tried to angle it back to the near point. Nobody was there. Comes back to the neutral zone. Both teams will get some changes on here. McAvoy sends a pass to the right side. Elias Lindholm with space. Fires a shot up over the net. Tarem's off the glass, comes all the way back to center ice. Zadorov over to Peak. Gets hit and held against the boards right outside the Buffalo blue line. Puck will come back down toward the corner. Stanley with Middlestat on his tail. Now that runs into Elias Lindholm. Centering pass from Middlestat. Tipped back out into neutral ice. Zadorov trying to hold off Quinn. Turned it over to McLeod. McLeod steps in toward the left circle. Out of center. Peak forced that wide. Quinn got it back out in front. Krebs with a shot. And Corpusalo gets a pad on that.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea for Sturm. He wanted to get, especially after the 5th goal, I think he wanted to get to the commercial timeout. He didn't expect the 6th one.
Right.
And you don't to take Swayman out after a 5th or 6th goal without the commercial timeout, it gives the wrong look. This is not on him. This is on the group of 18 in front of him.
Puck comes toward the side of the net. Lyon tried to get it covered, got the whistle, and when the scrum breaks out.
Yeah, Buffalo's, they want to protect the goalie.
Sure.
And the Bruins, there's been a lot made out of that Buffalo goes to the net and has been hacking and whacking it at the glove hand or whatever, or body at least of Swayman. But to get involved in a scrum right now, especially with, if they have to, they have to. That right. If you don't give them a reason, but most of the time you're just skating away from stuff right now.
Face-off will be to Lyons left. 18 saves for him so far in this game.
You've asked a couple times, what's conversation or what.
McAvoy fires one up over.
What can you take from the rest of this game other than you just.
Here's Hampus Lindholm stepping into his shot, and Lyon lunging out to the top of his crease to make that save. Mallenstein leads a 2-on-1. Centering pass was deflected, got across, and McAvoy absolutely blew up Kozak into that far corner.
That's what you do. When you have an opportunity, that's what you do. You don't know how, what the next game brings. You don't know how you can affect somebody on a big hit. And guys that get beat up throughout a series. You don't stop playing because of that, because of the next game. And the game after that, hopefully.
McAvoy deflected that pass as it came through the slot, and then Kozak kind of backing up to try to make a play on it, and McAvoy sent him flying. Kozak, the worse for wear, getting looked at over at the bench.
He was just far enough away from the boards that, in the angle that he was at, he went hard into the boards in his back.
Face-off in the Buffalo zone here with 10:06 left. Mallenstein gets a warning. Zacha wins it. And one time by Pasternak, gets deflected up over the glass.
Fans score a hat trick with the Video Bank's free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks and no minimum balance or monthly fees. Visit avidiabank.com for details. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness, member FDIC, member DIF.
Face off to the right of Lyon. Shots of Kozak over on the bench. Noticeable pain. Grimacing, grabbing his lower back.
Yeah, he's going down the locker room.
Peak back in his own zone here. Chased by Tuck. Zadorov to Geekie. Pass across the neutral zone. Zacha had to stop to get it. Gets it into the right wing corner, but Thompson there. Dahlin flips it out toward the blue line. Peak tried to glove it, but taken away by Tuck. Carries into the Boston zone. Hands off to Thompson along the near board. Shoved by Zacha. Taken away by Pasternak. Pasta coming up the right wing side. Able to stick handle around Dahlin. Had to set it up in that far circle for Geekie. Had to settle it and then rims it around the near side. Tuck and Aspero collide. Puck will come back out toward center. Aspero back inside the Bruins zone as they finish up a change here with 9:10 to go. Benson providing a little token pressure, and now Harris will skate it out toward the red line. Lifted one down into the right wing corner. Stanley backhands behind the net to Timmins. Into the middle for Ostlund. Gets it out of the zone. Grabbed by Benson near the red line and dumped in. Harris in the far corner. Middlestat. And now Elias Lindholm breaks up ice. From the red line, sends it softly toward the right wing corner. Reichel chasing Stanley. Stanley gets it around the far side of Timmins. Now Doan will bank it out towards center. Elias Lindholm trying to get it quickly back ahead for Reichel, but didn't connect. 8:25 left. Puck comes around the near side wall. McAvoy against Quinn. McAvoy able to kick it down toward the corner. Centering effort. Hits the outside of the net. Usnadinov. Back to Kastelik, who's rotated out toward the point. Right back around behind Byram in the far corner. Got it to the blue line, but Hampus Lindholm jumps it there. Usnadinov at the far circle. Ducks a check from Quinn. Far corner against McLeod. Gets it back to Hampus to the left side. On to McAvoy at the right point. Back over to Hampus. Moving toward the center of the blue line. Shot it wide on the stick side. Near side corner. Stanley under pressure from Kastelik. Forced a turnover. Minton in front for Jeannot. Broken up. Kastelik back to Hampus. Stepping in. Steps to his left and shoots just wide on the glove side. And it'll be cleared by Quinn, who's knocked down by Jeannot. Hampus Lindholm again. To the right side for Jeannot. They gather back into the zone. Pass for Hampus. Got away from him. Tuck will clear it up ice.
Yeah.
And would have been a break for Quinn, but the puck too far for him.
Should have been a breakaway.
Jeannot. Get it back into the Buffalo zone, but right back out courtesy of Power. Tuck, cross ice, didn't connect. Zadorov's pass to Jeannot in the neutral zone. Lifted across the Buffalo line, but out of the reach of Reichel. Under 7 minutes to play. Krebs skates it back up the near left wing for the Sabres. Steals off for Thompson coming across the blue line. Got away from Geeky's poke. Thompson put one wide. Power out near the blue line over to the far side for Timmins. His shot kicked away by Korpisalo. Near corner. Peak toward Pasternak. Taken away by Thompson. Backhands a floater in behind the net to the far side. Timmins down to the hash marks to grab it. Here's it back a little deeper now for Krebs. Got through him. Pasternak throws a reverse hit on Krebs in the near corner. Corrali gives the puck over to Peak. Out to neutral ice. It comes to Geeky. Right wing pass for Pasternak. Pasta stops along the hash marks near side. Pushed back out toward the blue line and now sends it back down the wall, but taken away, and the Sabres will get the clear. And a race for an icing. They will whistle it down here against Buffalo with 6:02 to go.
You know, here's the crazy thought about this, right? Through 4 games, you're going to be down 3-1. Haven't given up a power play goal.
No.
And coming into this game, Swayman has been your best player in this series. Coming out of this game, he's still your best player.
Oh, no question.
I mean, that sounds nuts, but it's the truth.
It's not often your goalie gives up 6 goals and you can't point to him as anywhere close to the problem.
You've heard coaches say, you know, we hung our goaltender out to dry, or players say we hung our goaltender out to dry. Show them a video of the first period of this game. or the 2 goals in the third period.
Right. Buffalo had a 4-0 lead less than 14 and a half minutes in, and all of the goals were resulting from Bruins turnovers in the defensive zone.
And a 2-minute man on the ice call.
Right. There's Doan handing off to Dahlin, who winds and fires, and a left pad saved by Korpisalo.
Which was also a partial turnover, right, that led to it, but it was too many men on the ice that put you shorthanded in the first place. Bruins are going to the box for something here.
Oh.
27 Boston, 6 Buffalo. Minor penalties each for slashing.
Hampus Lindholm and Zach Benson will each take minors, and see a little 4-on-4 hockey when we return. 5:24 to go. 6-0 Buffalo leads on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
At TD, they know when the lights are at their brightest, Boston is at its boldest, and the fans are at their loudest. This city was built for the playoffs, and they can't wait to cheer alongside you every step of the way, from puck drop to the final buzzer. TD, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey, it's Ryan Rivard, Project Director at Blue Sky Restoration. When the unthinkable happens, fire, flood, storm, or structural damage, it's not just your property that's affected. It's your sense of safety, your memories, your livelihood. At Blue Sky Restoration, we understand that behind every emergency is a person, a family, a team. Real lives disrupted. That's why we do more than just restore buildings. We are committed to restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. So when disaster strikes, don't panic. Visit BLUSky.com and our team will be there.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
5:24 to go. Bruins down 6-0 all season long and throughout the postseason. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity for every Bruins assist. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. So it's 4-on-4 here in the late stages of the third period after Hampus Lindholm and Zach Benson called for slashing each other. Sabres with possession from their own blue line. Tuck played it forward, overshot McLeod. Right toward the near side boards by Husnudinov, but taken back by McLeod. He'll drop it back here to Samuelson inside the Buffalo zone. Inside of 5 minutes to go. Dahlin, pass, jump over his stick. Aspero just ahead of McLeod to the near side circle for McAvoy. Bruins going from left to right as Minton comes through center ice. Sends it around Byram. Minton gathers it out of the near corner. Back to Peak, who's just onto the far side circle. McAvoy throws one on goal. Save made by Lyon. Far side corner Byram. They'll just steer it up the wall for Tuck. And he'll skate it toward the Boston line. Tuck, goal and an assist in this one. Goes back to Owen Byram, who's got those same numbers tonight.
And I had a +4 on top of that for Byram.
Byram with goals in 3 straight games in this series now. As Ostlund forced back into his own zone. Thompson to Ostlund. Cutting in around Reichel. Far circle. Goes around behind the net. Sends one back out toward Thompson at the center of the blue line. Now Ostlund. He hands off to Thompson. Thompson deking toward the slot. Gets the shot straight on. Korpisalo at the top of the crease to make that save.
It's hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
And we'll take our final timeout with 3:49 to go. 6-0 Buffalo here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HRV from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.9.
Financing details exclude Civic SI and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Ah, yes. Spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards
Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
3:49 to go. Bruins down 6-0 to the Buffalo Sabres, who are getting ready to take a 3-1 lead in this series, which will shift back to Buffalo on Tuesday night for Game 5. And the Bruins will be in officially must-win mode for the rest of this series. Off the face-off, Doan able to pull it out of a pile. Backhands one through the high slot, knocked out of the air by Pasternak. Peak gives to Zadorov. Zadorov skates it to center ice and turns back from the Buffalo blue line. He'll leave it to Pasternak at his own blue line from the red. Right wing pass here for Zacha. 4-on-4 comes to an end with Lindholm and Benson coming out of the penalty boxes. Zadorov at the blue line, brought it back out of the zone and dumped it back in offside.
Good news is I don't know if it can get any worse than this.
Oh, we got something happening here. Dahlin and Zadorov came together, and Zadorov just threw a right hand in Dahlin's direction. He skated away.
Dahlin has that reaction a lot where he puts the palms in the air like, what?
Benson's doing a lot of chirping here, and the linesman has a hold of him. And
Pasternak just took a swipe at somebody.
We got extra guys on the ice here. This was in the middle of a change, and it's breaking loose along the near side boards in the Buffalo zone. Benson still has a linesman, has dragged him out of the fray here.
They did the same with Zadorov. He's gone. So there's only 4 Bruins. There's only 4 Bruins. There's only 4 Sabres.
Peak and Stanley along the near side being held apart. Pasternak just headed off toward the
I didn't see what started it all, because it was just it was a simple offside call.
Pasta's headed up the tunnel. Minton and Krebs being shepherded back to their respective benches. Zadorov went over, gave Dahlin a cross check, and then threw that right hand.
There were extra players out there, and then I think they got somebody off the ice. You didn't want to have 6 or 7 guys out there.
91 is assessed a 5-minute penalty. It will be reviewed.
5-minute penalty for what?
I guess for the cross check. I mean, that was not a major level cross check.
But it doesn't matter, obviously, as long as it's not anything moving forward.
Right. You just don't affect your availability for Game 5 here.
Took a pretty good swing at him. I mean, if they're going to give him a 5, that's fine. It's not. I don't think it goes any further than that. But Dahlin was kind of chirping at him a little bit, so that's why Zadorov came back at him. So
yeah,
he came all the way out to the red line, and he's chirping at him, and then Zadorov. I mean, obviously frustration. 1, 2, 5 or 6 Bruins out there at the time, and then ended up being 5.
As you said,
ended up being 4 once they took Zadorov off.
They got Zadorov out of there quickly.
Yeah.
That seems to be a pattern when this stuff breaks out. The officials want to get him out of the middle of it.
I mean, Dahlin's he's going to be a Norris Trophy candidate.
Sure.
He's that good. But he also knows how to. He's no shrinking violet.
Well, we talked about that going into the series, about how, he's a guy that seems to draw those kind of reactions from around the league.
Marchand, Hagel, Malkin, Matthews. They've all been either suspended or fined for going after Dahlin.
Right.
He has a way of getting at you.
The memorable incident where Marchand destroyed Dahlin's helmet, took it into the penalty box, and ripped all the straps off and threw it back onto the ice.
World-class players.
Yes.
Marchand, Hagel, Matthews, all Olympians. And if Russia was in the Olympics, probably Malkin too.
Oh, yeah.
Future Hall of Famer. They've all gone after him. This is just in the last couple of years.
Right. So the referees went over and reviewed the major penalty that was assessed to Zadorov for breaking his stick over.
Yeah, they're giving him
Dahlin.
5. They're giving him 5.
After reviewing the play, it was confirmed that number 91 from Boston has a 5-minute major for cross-checking.
Yeah.
All other penalties will offset.
Yeah, it's a pretty good cross-check. I can see why they're calling that. Now it's... We've seen some hits and some things that people would call hockey plays that have been kind of okay. You know, Taylor Hall's hit on Sanderson. I don't know if you saw that. I'm sure you did. You know, some other plays that have been close to maybe. This is not a hockey play, and that's something that they do consider. This is after the whistle.
Right.
And I'm sure Dahlin was chirping him. And Zadorov lost it. Broke a stick on a cross. I don't think it's suspendable. I don't think so. Who knows what the league thinks sometimes, but I don't think it is.
Well, speaking of which,
maybe it's finable.
Right. If you haven't seen the news today, Ridley Gregg, not surprising, is going to have a meeting with player safety after his uppercut on Walker yesterday.
That one.
What a cheap shot.
I'll tell you what, he's already kind of a marked man. So interesting. 6-0.
Sabres have their top power
play
unit
out there.
Haven't scored one yet, as Dahlin with a shot that gets love. This is a chance for them to try.
And some would say, you know, don't allow it to be 6-0 if you don't want the power play unit out there.
I mean, I don't look at. I would agree with that. I don't look at this as trying to run up the score. I think they're trying to get their power play going.
He's trying to get their unit going.
They haven't scored since March.
Feels if he can get one. They're having all kinds of confusion now on penalties.
They're trying to figure out who's allowed to be on the ice and who's not.
It's just.
The referee, when he made the announcement on the Zadorov penalty, said that everything else would offset.
Everything else offsets. Zadorov 5-minute major, everything else offsets.
But they didn't put anybody in the box, so I assume those were all just 10s to send guys out of here.
More guys on the Bruins bench over there on the Sabres bench.
There are. Sabres bench is looking a little.
There's only 9 players on the bench. There should be 13.
There's a chance in front by Greenway, but we get a whistle on this play. And
what are we doing, guys?
2:48 to go. The major power play will last the rest of this one, barring any more penalties.
It's 12 on the Bruins bench. And one of the lines we got hit. Sorry about that. My bad. I didn't see that. Okay.
That's why they blew the play down. So here's Thompson from the top of the left circle, threw it in front, tipped on by Tuck. And the rebound gets cleared by Minton. 2.5 minutes to go.
It's a weird one because all the Sabres guys just said, all right, we're going out of the locker room. And the Bruins are sitting on the bench. They're supposed to be in the box.
Benson, Kozak, Krebs, and Zucker are all showing missing from the bench right now.
Yeah, what about the Bruins?
And the Bruins, Zadorov's the only guy along with Arvidsson who was hurt.
Pastrnak got a 4-minute penalty, did he not?
He got sent to the tunnel. He made it halfway up the tunnel and
he's all sitting on the bench now.
Yeah. Near the left circle, it's Ostlund. Try to drag it around Aspero, block the shot.
Am I missing something? He's got a penalty, but he's sitting on the bench.
It comes back into neutral ice. Yeah, they really haven't updated the official stat sheet for penalties as of yet.
I don't think they had it figured out yet.
Sabres are going to get whistled offside here as Quinn lost the puck out of the zone and back in. 93 seconds to go before.
Minton was involved. Pasternak was involved. Zadorov.
Minute 33 to go. Face-off controlled by the Bruins, and Peak sends it all the way down. The Sabres fans who made the trip.
Yeah, they're all hanging out here.
Let's go Buffalo chant here on the road, where they will win back-to-back games to grab a 3-1 lead in the series. Power, left wing circle. Got it back to Byram, to the center of the blue line. Power, top of the left circle once again. Up top, Byram, one-timer, saved by Korpisalo, hangs on. So 1:05 to go. Bruin here at TD Garden, and now have to, they're going to win this series. They're going to have to win 2 of the next 3 on the road. Off win by Corrali, hammered around the near boards by Peak, held into the line by Quinn. Comes to the left circle, taken away by Kastelik. Gathers it out of the zone, Corrali. Corrali gets on to Hampus Lindholm, 60-foot drive, turned away with a pad by Lyon. Kastelik back to Hampus, on to Peak. Shot, kicked around in front, Corrali scores. Breaks the shutout with 39.9 to go. 6-1 Buffalo. A short-handed goal.
Yeah. It's a pretty loud reaction from the fans remaining here. It's just to break
something to
just
cheer
to break
about
the
today.
shutout. Yeah. Simple shot from Peak, and the rebound corralled off the skate of Corrali and off to his stick.
Hampus Lindholm going to drive right to the front of the net. Lyon able to snuff that out. Still loose on the far side of the crease. And Greenway grabs it. His clearing effort lost over to Peak, but off the far wall it'll be Timmins. 20 seconds left. Jordan Greenway sends up the left side here for Ostlund. Hands to Malenstein. Takes a hit from Husnadinov. Batted toward the near corner. Hampus will go back behind the net. And the final seconds will tick off. Officials quick to jump in between everybody and make sure nothing happens after the final siren, as the Bruins take one on the chin here in Game 4. A 6-1 victory for the Buffalo Sabres. And they now lead the series 3-1, and will have a chance to try to close out the Bruins in Buffalo on Tuesday night. Back with a recap in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
At TD, they know when the lights are at their brightest, Boston is at its boldest, and the fans are at their loudest. This city was built for the playoffs, and they can't wait to cheer alongside you every step of the way, from puck drop to the final buzzer. TD, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
Brings it to the top of the face-off circle, goes down low to Doan, who sent one right through the top of the crease. Tampa's Lindholm, chance to clear up the middle and couldn't. Power play comes to an end, and as it does, they score. Doan redirects the pass from McLeod out of the far corner, and Buffalo's got a 2-0 lead, 12:50 to go in the first. Didn't get any better from that point on. 6-1 the final score. Buffalo builds themselves a 4-0 lead off of Bruins' defensive mistakes in the first period and never really looked back in this one. Bruins, had some chances in the second period to try and get on the scoreboard, couldn't, and never really threatened the Sabres at all today.
Second period, they were already down 4-0. They dug themselves a huge hole, but you hit the post a couple times in the second. If you're looking for any silver lining, you had a couple of good looks in the second period, but it was so bad from the start of this game. The turnovers, the mismanaging of pucks, the coverage, battles, whether it was in the corners or in the front of the net. It was all too many men on the ice. They weren't ready to play. Buffalo was. I mean, that's just, there's no other way to, you can't sugarcoat it. When you're down 4-0 in the first, and you get outshot 19-4 or 5, whatever it was in the first period, in your own building.
Down 2-1 in the series.
Down 2-1 in the series.
You need to win this game today.
There's just no way to sugarcoat it. I mean, I know the Sabres are a good team, and I'm not downplaying, and it's not a disrespect to them, but from a Bruins side of things, you have an identity. You have a way you have to play. You have the problem was, Ryan, it wasn't under a heavy forecheck. They weren't under heavy duress. It was mental mistakes and physical, but a setup breakout that gets botched, the mistakes that were made in the first period were mind-numbing. I mean, you look at them, you're like, what are we doing? And then the third period was coverage. But so it's interesting that all the goals in today's game, if I'm not mistaken, were all scored in zone cycles or battles won. They weren't off the rush. No. The Bruins came in with saying, okay, we're not going to let this team score off the rush. We're going to make them come 200 feet. We're going to put pucks behind them, get out of our zone, get down into their zone. And if they're going to beat us, they're going to have to come through the neutral zone. And we're not going to give up the odd man rushes. And well, they didn't. But their mistakes in their own zone were just, so bad. So bad. And there's just no other way to put it. And Jeremy Swayman got left hung out to dry. You know, they got to look themselves in the mirror after this game. I mean, it's just you pick the worst time for the worst game of the year, and they had some bad ones this year, which you expect once in a while. But today, you know, in a game that, you know, it's not must win because it's not series clinching. Next game is must win, but it's pretty close to must win. And you come out with a performance like that, that is tough to watch. That is really tough to watch. And they have to own this. They have to own it, have some pride, and, you know, we're going to see where this thing goes for Game 5 back in Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, you've put yourself up against the wall here and you know, now have to try and shake this off.
So,
and,
your top guys, so the last two games, you know, game 3 and game 4, you've scored 2 goals. One was by Tanner Jeannot, and the other one's by Sean Corrali, shorthanded in garbage time. Yeah. You know, you're looking for more from some of your top guys. And part of that is the defense can't get the puck in their hands, you know, early in the first period anyhow. Right. More so in the second period. Second period looked like a team, you know, and the third period looked like, let's just get this thing over with. But it's the first period that's most disturbing and most troubling. And, you know, your top guys come out with nothing. And, you know, that's 2 games in a row. So that's something that has to be addressed and has to be looked at.
Yeah, I mean, and on Buffalo side, you know, guys like Tuck are producing. Guys like, you know,
Thompson was a beast.
Thompson has been really good.
Yeah, he was a beast. I mean, it's a mismatch when you know, unless you have Zaka's line out against that line, it's really kind of a mismatch. They lost Arvidsson in the first period, so all the lines were kind of jumbled up anyhow. But in the first period, and then the D pairs, you know, they got all changed around as the game went on as well. I don't think Harris played after one of those goals in the third period. I don't think he got back out on the ice, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you know, he had a rough one. You're going to look at the stats and say, oh, Aspro and McAvoy are -4. I'm not saying they had a good game. I'm just saying that there were a lot of factors that kind of contributed to all of that. And, you know, just like I said, just coverage-wise and mismanagement of pucks when you're not under that much pressure.
Yeah.
Like I understand that turnovers are going to happen. I get it. And mistakes are going to happen. I understand that, but not when you're not under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, you know, you go back to just the first, I think it was the first one that they gave up, the Krebs goal to start it.
It was a D-to-D pass.
It was McAvoy from behind the net to Aspro on the left side. Puck
exploded on him.
Gets past him.
And then Mitten came back, and he had possession. He tried to go up the boards with it, and Buffalo kept it in. Puck's in the back of the net.
Right.
You know, set up, breakout, Harris behind the net. He starts taking a couple steps to his right. Turnover, puck's in the back of the net. It was just like, but he wasn't under a ton of pressure. It was a set-up breakout.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you hit rock bottom before you got to pick yourself up, that was rock bottom. And now you got another opportunity to redeem yourself in Buffalo.
Well, the frustrating thing about this, too, is
they've been in this series.
You mentioned it through the first 3 games. You're down 2-1 coming into this game, but it's been a very even series so far.
Every game was winnable.
Yeah.
You know, they broke down the underlying numbers with Carolina and Ottawa saying, you know, slot chances and grade A chances and this and that. And it was like, wow, when you look at it, Carolina completely dominated the series. They won 4 games to none, and a couple of them were close games, but they dominated the series. This game, the first 3 games of this series were tight. They were all tight. They were all winnable for either team.
Right.
You let one slip away in game 1. Okay, you hang in there in game 2 and get that lead and you know, finish it off. But game 3 here, you know, you mismanage in the third period. Pucks in the back of the net. And one-on-one battles and mismanaged pucks in the back of the net. And then today was just, I mean, that was, if this was like in February or in January, you'd be like, okay, burn the tape.
Right.
Move on to the next one. That's tough to do after, you know, a playoff game like this.
So the Sabres with a 6-1 victory here at TD Garden today now lead the series 3-1 with Game 5 coming up on Tuesday night. We will wrap things up for On the Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah! Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
All right, Nelson, I'll tell him. It's Joe Murray here for Super Service Today. Upgrading your home with an electric heat pump system is a smart way to stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter, while using less energy, lowering your costs, and reducing your carbon footprint. And with Mass Save rebates, you could save thousands on installation. Call Super Service today for a free estimate, day or night, and always done right.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call superservicetoday.com.
This spring at Six Flags New England, get a free upgrade to a Gold Pass for the price of silver. Now just $70. That means free parking, access to more parks like Six Flags Great Adventure and more, plus unlimited rides on Quantum Accelerator coming soon. It's like taking the fun you're already going to have and making it 6 bajillion times more fun for free. Visit our website to level up your fun with our spring sale, plus taxes and fees, online only.
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers has been Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
New 94 Octane, available exclusively at Sunoco, the highest octane on the market. It's the fuel you need to help unlock your engine's full potential. So if you're the kind of driver who's serious about what's under your hood, then there's only one fuel that can drive the performance you demand from your car. 94 Octane. Nothing else will match it. Go to Sunoco.com to find a participating station near you.
If you love music as much as I do, visit my friends at Fidelis Music Systems in tax-free Nashua, New Hampshire. Watching the game on the big screen while listening to the bone-crunching tackles on my Fidelis hi-fi rig puts me front and center right in the action. Visit FIDELIS Music Systems in tax-free Nashua, New Hampshire. Or call them at 603-880-HIFI.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Bruins fall at the hands of the Buffalo Sabres today 6-1 here in Game 4 at TD Garden. And the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal this season, they donate $100 to fight food insecurity with 2 feeds tonight. That's another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Time for today's 3 stars of the game, and the Buffalo Sabres will take all of these honors. We'll start with a goal and an assist for our 3rd star, Alex Tuch. An assist in Game 2 of the series as Thompson sends one in front, and Tuch slam dunks that one, and it's 6-0. Yeah, so Tuch gets the capper on the goal scoring for Buffalo. Also assisted on Peyton Krebs' first period goal as well. For Tuch, that's now 6 points, 3 goals and 3 assists, as he has had points in all 4 games of this series. 2nd star, also with a goal and an assist, Bowen Byram. There's power from the high slot over to the left circle, and they score. And it's Bowen Byram scoring for the 3rd straight game. Sabres make it 4-0 with 5:36 left in the first. Yeah, Bowen Byram becomes the 3rd Sabres defenseman in their franchise history with goals in 3 consecutive playoff games, and becomes the first NHL defenseman to do that since Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm both did it back in 2024 with Edmonton. Added an assist on their 2nd goal as well, the goal by Josh Doan in the first period. So he gets our 2nd star as Byram, and the number 1 star, he almost had a shutout today, gave up one late, Alex Lyon. Stanley at the left point, cleared by Minton. Minton's got a break to the net. Shoots, save made, and the rebound kicked back on Lyon, who made the stop there as well. Geeky from behind the net, around the near wall, Aspero. Center blue line, Pasternak onto the far circle. McAvoy throws one in front, save made, And the rebound cleared to the far wall. Middlestat crossing pass. Zadorov left circle. Steps to the front with a backhander turned away by Lyon. So Alex Lyon now a 2-0 in 2 starts and also played the third period of game 2, has allowed a total of 2 goals in the space of close to 7 full periods of action. As he and the Buffalo Sabres now have a 3-1 lead in the series after their 6-1 victory here today. And the Bruins, with their backs against the wall, will head to Buffalo tomorrow for Game 5 coming up on Tuesday night. Our pregame coverage will get things started across the network at 7 p.m. with a face-off just after 7:30. Now for our executive producer with us here in the booth, Jeremy Conley, our coordinating producer, Mark Capello, studio engineer, Jeff Williams, and for Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Thanks for joining us, and good night from TD Garden.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market,